Radio to media. Radio to media. Radio to media.
This is Truth Radio, 103.9 FM. We empower the nation.
Mina Yusufu Jallo, the Cow Footprints, and you they listen to Truth Radio on 103.9 FM live from Freetown. Natu de las.
Well, me fancy anyway for do what you say no more. Hallelujah.
Truth media.
Truth
Media. Yes, you. Truth media. How join and Truth media.
Truth media.
Say unala we dey watch Truth media.
Me watch.
Unala we dey listen to Truth media.
Now listen June.
Una listen to Truth media.
Now listen to so media.
No, Truth. You don't have the Truth there.
Okay, Truth.
Una we dey listen to Truth media.
Now listen to so media.
Truth media.
Media. Very no bad. Nasa anybody Salomon. Yeah, they live for the people them for do any business for do some. Yeah, they live the office. They no bad. Any business for do some. Are they provide for us for make any students them. Anyway, for make or the confusion or the education, anybody for learner, anybody for prepare, any song if for the anybody.
Ayo, nyabone sewo matonya yepe gwagwo ela we. Tonya yepe gwagwo ela ngatu ayagwo ngeza watomina ni FM we. Tonya yepe gwagwo ela ngatu ayagwo ngeza watomina ni FM. Tamyanga tu atonya yepe gwagwo ela we. Anya buda tonya yemi aloma. Tonya yele mi amome. Nyabone jagbe nyale ngeja ti anyale dwe mi do onyango ngolo tonya yepe gwagwo ela we. Mi atanu isi vena. Nambolo abo mi driver we. Nyabura jepe gburu abo mi wabido tonya yepe gwagwo ela. Tonya ye pe gwo kwa gbo ela we. Tonya ye pe gwo ela ngatu ya gwo ngweza wa to mi na ni FM we. Tonya ye pe gwo kwa ela ngatu ya gwo ngweza wa to mi na ni FM. Tambianga tu atonya ye pe gwo ela we. Anya buda tonya ye mi aloma. Tonya ye le mi amome. La bonne jagbe nya le ngeja ti anya le dwe mi do onya ngongo lo tonya ye pe gwo ela we. Mi atanu isi vena. Na bolo abo mi do eva we. Anya buda je pe gburu abo mi wa bi do tonya ye pe gwo ela. Amia ayo nyabone se wo matonya ye pe gwo ela we. Tonya ye pe gwo ela ngatu ya gwo ngweza wa to mi na ni FM we. Tonya ye pe gwo ela ngatu ya gwo ngweza wa to mi na ni FM. Tambianga tu atonya ye pe gwo ela we. Anya buda tonya ye mi aloma. Tonya ye le mi amome. La bonne jagbe nya le ngeja ti anya le dwe mi do onya ngongo lo tonya ye pe gwo ela we. Mi atanu isi vena. Na bolo abo mi do eva we. Anya buda je pe gburu abo mi wa bi do tonya ye pe gwo ela. Amiaga tole apapa ngoti taloba pepe nebe da pene gbenugo ma o aya gbogbe cha wa to mi na ni FM ne ma ya mi abede amukeni mo ya de skini mo ni da keza me ayo nyabone se wo matonya ye pe gwo ela we. Tonya ye pe gwo ela ngatu ya gwo ngweza wa to mi na ni FM we. Tonya ye pe gwo ela ngatu ya gwo ngweza wa to mi na ni FM. Tambianga tu atonya ye pe gwo ela we. Anya buda tonya ye mi aloma. Tonya ye le mi amome. La bonne jagbe nya le ngeja ti anya le dwe mi do onya ngongo lo tonya ye pe gwo ela we. Mi atanu isi vena. Na bolo abo mi do eva we. Anya buda je pe gburu abo mi wa bi do tonya ye pe gwo ela.
country and beautiful people indeed. It's good to be back. Good morning. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, good people. Thanks for starting your day with us again. And yeah, can say we missed you yesterday. I know a lot of people called, a lot of people were concerned about what happened, and a lot of people reached out. Yeah, we were off yesterday, but we are back. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. We want to thank God. We want to say Alhamdulillah. We want to tell God thank you for we life, and tell God thank you that we there again with well body. Today on Wednesday, and today on the 24th day. Yeah, it's the 24th day in the month of June, 2026, and it's a blessing to be back. Me and Takugama chef Misuna, we're back, and yeah, thanks everyone for the calls, the messages, the concerns. A lot of people reached out. They wanted to know what the issue, if there is any way they could help, and yeah, but we're fine. We're back. We still not come on radio yet because the team will buy still the only way they come, and when it come, we're gonna fix the transmitter again, and try for put them up and running. Hopefully, by next week, inshallah. We'll be back on radio. But see, they listen to we on radio, other radio stations, especially out of the country, because we colleagues them, they collect the live link and put them on air. Now the radio station, I want to thank them so much, for the support all this while. And yeah, welcome back. It's good to be back. Good morning. How has it been with you? See what you don't use for do every other day, every other weekday. When it takes a day, maybe one day, do and but it's like now 1 whole week you take, do and But it's good to be back, and thanks everyone. Good morning and welcome. It's always a blessing to be here for Kando the People's Walk. We're grateful that they start on a morning with we. We take that for granted. Every other weekday now we start the morning together. Now the devotion, we can get with disagreements, with prayers and all of that and different things. But we're building a family. We've built a family. It's almost a year now. By August, I remember we started on the 18th of August. Yeah, that was the time we did our first broadcast on the 18th of August of last year. And we are close into July. August, we're almost a year now. And man, we need what tap we save. Okay? We need what tap we save. We've tried together. Not to me one, but we all, me and my colleagues them, with the support and one of the people them. I think we've shown that we can do things genuinely as a people, as individuals, collectively supporting each other. We can do things and create some impact in way on different space. As I always say, we all get a role for play for make this country go before. Whether now we within the media, whether now we within a civil society, people them within a public service, people them within a private sector, people away in a community leaders. In any way, we all get a role for play. We can play our own part. We can play politics. Politics is part of our life. Politics is now waiting the lead. We all get for votes. We all get. People and what we believe say we for support go do better, but the bigger picture for me, no individual interest, not even myself, me interest for big past salon interest, because if things not work well for this country, it affects all of we. It affects we all. I was watching the vice president. I go for Quay kind of video there, but he was saying something I have been saying here, about creating jobs and household income. Any country where people are not get work no day inside one family. Now something that one green person no more get job. Better not the day. Because one person there in salary, especially where something that one person there in salary, not enough for take care of everybody. Pressure the day because we collecting salary. If you buy rice, you buy a bus, you buy per mile. the number of the people in plenty, everybody they no more they add to the household income, then it's a problem. Until we address some problem, then people and they earn better wages. A lot of people and get job. We young people and mostly and get job. They able work. You know, inside one family you get 2-3 people and where they work, everybody able put half. If the man they work, the wife they work, you know, then they able put. That is how it is overseas. People and they share them bills. You go say the man na in they pay lights and phone. The woman na in they pay for me salary na in they pay this. They share the bills because the household income enough for let they able run the home. But that is the point. It's good that there are people in governance where they acknowledge some of the things they will say. But sometimes the people in Kinsidon some corner, then they think you hate. For God's sake, why should I hate a government? Why should I hate a political party? Why should I not want a president to succeed? Because if a president succeed, now my country don't succeed. Why should I'm not a politician. I not get interest for kind of power. I not get interest for only one party kind of come on a power, let me kind of power. No, I'm not running for anything. In my mind, in everything, I want to let everybody succeed. Anything where government say they want to do them for able to do. But when it's not working, it's not working. The economy doesn't lie. It doesn't lie. If people they earn, you the same. Now community them then all day. When man get job, you the same. If you been in one small room, sometimes they begin members in all room and pala. You see, they change things and they change pana. It's natural, just natural. But good people like the vice presidents, they acknowledge some of these things and can say them out publicly so people can understand and people can learn. If work not day, brah, better not day. But let's pray this morning for us. Let's pray, let work come, let better come, let we life them better. You know, let people and take the right decision. Let people and get sorry at empathy. Let them lead with sorry at. Let them understand, say, they don't need for make too much propaganda per we. They don't need for lie to we. They don't need for tell we waiting not to the reality. You can still lead people and tell them what's right. Tell them what you're doing. Tell them what's the challenges. But you don't need for always think, say anybody will say things we know they walk the right way, hate you. No, we don't need to hate ourselves. Democracy only thrives when you have people where they hold people with power accountable and call them out and ask questions. But let us pray. Let's start the devotion with prayers. We'll come back and can continue the program. Continue for stay with you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. We start with prayer with the leaders them in this country. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah protect and guide them. Let them continue for do the good work with and they can do, inshallah. All the leaders them go to the educational sectors. All the big man in this country, everybody when try and this country with the ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, let Allah protect and guide them. So inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إسرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من جحد البلاء والدرك الشكا وسوء القضاء والشماتة الأعداء اللهم إياك نعبد ولك نصلي ونسجد وإليك نسعى ونحفد نرجو رحمتك ونخشى عذابك إن عذابك الجد بالكافرين ملحقا سلام سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والصلاة والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
And so that they gonna heaven we want to tell you thank you for this great day and opportunity again. We want to appreciate you for your goodness and faithfulness towards with nation Sierra Leone. Father, we pray for the leadership in this nation. We ask that you continue to give the wisdom, the knowledge, understanding, oh God, to the leaders them so that they will do the right thing for we as Sierra Leoneans inside Jesus' name. Father, we commit the economy of Sierra Leone to your hands. We ask for your divine intervention. We ask as from this moment henceforth, Papa, Let the economy of Sierra Leone begin to experience growth in the name of Jesus. Everlasting Father, commit the people of Sierra Leone into your hands. We ask for peace. We pray for unity and oneness, O God, among we as Sierra Leoneans inside Jesus' name. We pray that your fear and your love continue to reign in our hearts. Thank you, Father. We bless you. Commit this program into your hands. In the name of God the Father, the Son, and the blessed Holy Spirit. In Jesus' name, amen. Have a wonderful day.
We done the cry for so long. Papa do ya we done the pray so today the time don't come for make you answer. Retire for past be and do. Papa do ya sorry for it, because we sense na nonsense if we not get you presence. And if we been get drunk, we for don't fetch for ourselves, but we not able, now you capable for pull whip and disculala. You begin at the press. Do ya we need the pen for done? We done the kite. Do ya just make the rain for dumb? Can't help we laugh, so we go rise. Let we not suffer for the one them. Where they dwell the country with their hand. We leaders them, please guide them. Make them do good things from make we stand. For the land where we love, we sweet alone. Oh, we dey pray for Salome. Oh, we dey pray for Salome. Oh, Salome, please Salome. Where we want talk, then they watch we by the eye. Do ya pull we panchebo? Now for put mud for we case. Lemon, let's come on now we air. Do am for we picking them up. Cause if we been get trained, we for don't fetch for we self. But we know, now you capable for pull whip and disculala. If you begin and the praise, do ya we need the pain for done. We done the Clyde. Do ya just make the rain for done? Can't help we land, so we go out.
Indeed, we hope and trust it to God with a big. May God help we. May God answer our prayers. May God make we better people. We are not perfect. We all get Other side of them, we all get to mistakes them what they do. But let God make we be intentional about things them we want for do right for this country. How we want this country for day, how we want them for be a better place. And live a dignified life before we die, Dignified life as Leonians. There is so much that we all could benefit from. When people are not tell you say politics or government not get money, that's a lie. And I'm sure me and you don't see down at this country. You don't see people that we go into politics, people that we get political power, people that we get appointments. Our 360 then lives and change. People who had nothing, people who been the hustle overseas, come here and then be rich people who were here. Now I go college, now I been the works on side, get some appointment no more, everything about and change. And tell you say na salary no more they make a live that kind of life the way they live. Oh no, it's not. And it's definitely not. We don't normalize a country. We don't normalize a country looking at the only side people could get rich, the only side people could live a dignified life and a better life. Now we didn't enter politics. No, it should not be that way. And people should not just sit and wait, say, well, we say the wait little party kind of power before we get job, before we get this. No, we all for able to get equal opportunity. Opportunities then for day, for every other young person, especially. I keep saying it. You get the workforce of your country, most of them, if not plenty of them, they pan bike. Then they tell you over 2,000 young people in the ride bike in this country. Talk to them bike guiding day. They will tell you why they get into that. They will tell you why they have to be in the cold out there, under the sun. They ride around, they risk their life. We say they risk their life, see don't pan. If proper public transport system works, you will have bikes all around the streets. If young people can get good jobs, they won't be riding bikes, man. They won't. So imagine one young man and get bike, he gets in small family. Now that bike create the family abopa. That is what the vice president was talking about. Household income. How much money they make we able to come and take care of himself, take care of his wife, paying rent. And rent is as expensive as ever. There is no regulation on how people then they put prices for rent. Affordable housing, not they. You have to pay for a lot of things. But there are a lot of things we can do better for ourselves. Until we do those things, fix with energy, industrialize, create jobs, do the things same way for make the economy run and look better. People the way they do small business them able to run. Because if you run business, you don't get plenty people who really can buy. A business is not a progress, so not a progress. But now where the disposable income they go round. They go round. Where that man gets in salary, at least able in wife or in family, able put small. Say, okay, ladies go to groceries. I made they buy groceries this week, this month. Flop the fridge, everything there. When I made they buy the picking and tin and all, we need for buy new things and for them. May go take care of this. Take with family out, say, let's go to dinner. Go to one restaurant. The income they go round. But when it's not there, when people don't have jobs, they only rely, and even the one that we get job, the salary then they get so small that if you take care and go to market, it bites in them. It don't done. They able keep much. Yeah, you can check how many. Some people and they will get bank accounts, but not for take their salary no more. Check how many people they save, how many people get money. Say, okay, I've been saving this amount at the end of this year. Now the amount of money I don't save for do this. No. We all rely on what comes the next day, what comes the next month. How much money come the next month, almost day, almost you able take care of yourself. Now make pressure day, plenty for the people that we get job. And I can say even the politicians say. Because wallahi, if people ain't get job, if people ain't get things then they do. They don't dip and bribe body. They will not be running behind you and their whole life depend on you. No. If they do, when man get job in the morning, you don't care who na the politician way. You go want know waiting at the government policies them, waiting this party gets we go make sometime in life better, go carry more opportunity, go fix social things them. But we now the political party them, we and politicians them, we life them so depend on that because we believe say now they only go make we get dignified life. If me on bra kind of power, now I go make I get a job where I be known the wait for say, boy if me bra not in a power, I no go get her. And sometimes then you brad it in a power self because you have plenty we want the job. You know they able give you. You know they able get her. You party go in a power, you not get them back. You not get the opportunity. But the opportunity is for day. No matter how that in a power. If for day. And I don't think then they will for fix. And then issues and they will for fix. Whilst we fix those things, create jobs, young people in common at college get opportunities. And there are a lot of young people already land, but Quay, Blue Crest College, Frabe College, IPAM, Jala, IAM Tech, GTI, Government Technical Institute, Multimagai University now. A lot of young people learn all themselves and learn things. The opportunities are limited. And this is the reality. Not to me say, the data will prove that. It's not fact. Till we fix those things, we life will just depend on politicians. I make we play this toxic politics so table by table. Now we turn, now we turn, now we turn, now we turn. And with the people, and these are the common grounds we forget. These are the demands we should make. These are the demands. These are the things we for pay attention to. Because people in the kind of power, then benefits themselves. If they come on a power, then sit down and wait stay, begin fight for that same power. They back other man then can then benefits themselves. Then na cycle. A cycle. You go sit down, you don't educate you, picking, don't pay for you, picking, you don't go school, you don't go university. Can you sit down with you back? That small tea where you get now, you get for the pool, you get them back. But not because you picking idle, but because opportunities they're not there. They are limited. Very, very limited. Anyways, let's take we anthem and pledge. We'll come back shortly. Today we're going to talk about the ports. Remember last week we started a conversation with the importers. We had the custom brokers. Also during the conversation we get NRA custom. Then we get the briefly the executive director of the Port and Harbour Authority. But today we expand on that conversation. We get the Ports and Harbour Authority, when are the landlord. Then we get the other service provider them. So if you watch this program presently, you don't get any question where you don't they try for ask about ports, about clearing goods, or you get any experience with clearing goods at the ports. Drop them now we Facebook page. We'll definitely find time for read them out because today one get the opportunity they follow gets clear explanation on the ease of doing business. Because if things are difficult from clearing goods now at a key, then price then upon we the consumer, the importer then the car add and pa. The thing they all then they added the price they all then they add pa then the car add and pa we. Now they make thing the tranga for we. So today one get that conversation they clearly for understand who they play which role, and waiting at the costs with them way involved and who they add cost to side so we can get the clear understanding. But let's take the anthem and pledge. We'll come back shortly. Continue for stay with you.
I will exalt thee when I'm next thee. Great is the love we have for thee. Family united, ever we stand, singing like we're on native land. We raise up hearts and our voices on that hills and the valleys we echo and cry. Blessing and peace be ever thy home. Land that we love, Sierra Leone. I pledge my love and loyalty to my country, Sierra Leone. I vow to serve her faithfully at all times. I promise to defend her honor and good name. Always work for her unity, its freedom and prosperity. And put her angels
Massive and Quay, it's been a long time, you've been away from home. That's why me come back, the way me sing things that go on, me bring you these conscious reggae vibes. Jah be my guide, Rastafari.
Papa, you been tell we say, make we trust the process. But man, it is called the progress of the process. We are in suit and tie, and dirty character. Thief man, they all a thief now, this is them batter. I, Rasta man, me know Eric Cock and Bull, me represent blue, white and blue. That's what me have to do. You meet the water dirty, you know it make me settle. And then you jump beside, you don't dirty and more. Thief man, they all a thief now, this is them batter. Salon they go behind, who that now we go believe. Oh, this na wrong side life, now we dey live so. If they all a thief, who that now we go believe. This na wrong side life, now we dey live so. Sorry, say na sana, self say na sorry. Oh, this na wrong side life, now we dey live so. Who say a rata, who that get his character? The cap side life, now we dey live so. Salon de poil, then just dey pan sorry. Things are go bad, who not dey pan story. Fake promises and philosophies, yeah. Say we don't tire with these buckle stories. Bring us the rice, cause the people hungry, yeah. Things are go bad, things are go bad. Things are go bad in a me beautiful nation. What a gwan. Man them feel conscious, man them feel conscious. Man them feel conscious and stand for the right. Is your right? Oh, it's the wrong side life, now we dey live so. If they are a thief, who that now we go believe. It's the wrong side life, now we dey live so. Sorry, say na sana, self say na sorry. It's the wrong side life, now we dey live so. Who say a rata, who that get his character? The cap side life, now we dey live so. Salon de poil, then just dey pan sorry.
Yes, sir.
Them say them they fixed in them make we wait. From where them born we they no more we they wait. Just say wait. Government they come and go and left we pan the big debate. Another generation don't come meet we pan the way. Welcome to the way. You will still no say na boom bamboo you late. You late. Even though man them I chair pan ultin. When I say ultin I mean ultin. All this is in them where they happen na the country. We cherry I pan ultin. But the man they no begin them babati. They don't begin them babati. We are on no left hand babati back take. Na leg go be your body. But the man they don't begin them babati. They don't begin them babati. Now so they go left back and sabi time done. They fail with your body. All man don't stand at his attention. All man want make impression. But see me go say, watch me back. Look how I Becky. Tomorrow on we don't know. Today only team on. Everybody waiting for the miracle like hot color rest na fire. Hey, we dey be a normal but enough funny. Occupy we know how government they run. Una been say una know. But una explanation don't become boring. We can make a one for sleep. We dey be a normal but enough funny. Frustration they climb the mountains. All man pack tormenting. From one stress to the next thing, he make man them colomenting. Got a man and they come, got a man and they go. The people in life na same. So we no get for tire for complain. Although them don't begin say we glad. When I joke down the joke, say we the grumble because we bell full enough funny. When I no care play to a hungry man. A hungry man is an angry man. Now the same boy, now him talk say in 6 months he they fix the economy. Let's no more. Now the same man come back and give we back talk. Una been say una get all the solution, but we don't understand any longer. Una been say una get this, it's easy, una mentally advanced. Where all the bookman them way, una been the talk say ready for the dance. I remember the time all the man survive.
Straight to the point. I need to talk about who. Trust me on this one. There is a statement where most Sierra Leoneans they share. I don't hear I'm among the educated ones. They want to go school. They are all positive minded. They are all negative minded. Even myself, I agree to it at some point because of the circumstance where I arise at that particular moment. If not all, most Sierra Leoneans don't believe say this country now picking and they care for can make them. Just the same way the great granny and grandpa themselves they believe say now self they can make them. Who's picking and the way they can make this country? When I see this generation as anything can be, if the next generation not carry too, okay. Now they want them can picking and they can make country. Confused.com. They no want suffer for nothing for us. They like ready made bad. Now that one I want take the country problem who inherit from mama and papa then. And then self inherit from them mama and papa then. And that problem the pong now want to go and come back up on this PlayStation generation. Added to their own problems there. We don't even know how to solve it. So all that confusion then and then self want to for go back pan and picking them with it. Boo. Now see how the thing? We really mean that they say being now picking and they can't fix this country. We'll get all the opportunity for fixer now. Now excuse.com. Do you wanna put on a shoulder then done? Pride and cockiness they make you yes open but you know they hear. You get two eyes but you know they see. Power they come, they go, and when they go, if you back film, your opinion and your opinion, you don't fail me. The political parties then we don't lead with since independence, they don't fail me woefully. Now Lord left this talk, they are not responsible for make this country. Now make this country not one of the opposition, not sabi, one of the power, not sabi again. Now excuse no more upon excuse upon excuse upon excuse. And I promise you another say much. So before I go, I'll say one more thing. If not all Sierra Leoneans, majority of we belong to either Islam or Christianity. Both of the religions believe say with God all things are possible. So I don't go take the country problem, put an agodi and now let's solve them for we. I remember God right now. So put the country
problem na God in hand. We working say na hello pray. So me man na Facebook vex so don't pray too much. But I say say because believe say God they solve with problem them, you know, and then two political parties from, you know, independence up to now, we keep talking about the same thing, same issues. Say why no go get at the country and put an a God and you say God dear like how Judah they pray for we every morning. You know, like God. But yeah, like Emerson said, you know, we get the opportunity for change things now. I have been saying this. There is a generational change in not only with politics, but even with public service, with civic space, with private sector. The people are maybe in the area, but trade. Not so then they again, no. Watch now parliament. Watch now with cabinet. Watch now civil society. Watch now the media. Watch now private sector. Young people who have the opportunity now to change things for the better. But sometimes now we can be the most arrogant. Now we can think say power is just about us. Power is something where now we own, now we get her now. This anything we want to, they do it. We can be very arrogant, we can be very dismissive, we can think say we better pass all the other people them. But we are all Sierra Leoneans, and power belongs to the people. Now people and the votes, now people and the give you power. And they not mean say because President Bio appoint you, you get some position, you get the idea pass everybody, you shall be pass everybody. No, it doesn't mean that way. You have an opportunity to lead, and it's a one in a lifetime opportunity. Some people can get second chance, but it doesn't come often. It doesn't come often. Which is why we should be humble, we should be respectful. Because the people now then they give power. Now then get the power. Now we they vote, now they sing, now they dance. Politicians then they sit down to themselves no more so then say you can run 5 years, 10 years, 15 years or whatever, or you can run 5, 10 years. No, then shape the power to themselves. No. There's election. We get multi-party democracy. There is always election. Now we they vote, now we they sing, now we they dance. Now we belong to the political parties there. But politics should be something where they help we for change the things them. Where people where they in opposition and sabi all them problem then they. I'll tell you now, watch your opposition party. Then sabi all side government they waste money. They know people have been in a power today some 10 years ago. Some of them were living the same lavish life, wasting state resources. Audit reports them several. If you go back and go read audit report them. It's almost the same issues. But then sabi all side right now, then sabi all side government they waste money. Then sabi all side the loophole and they. Oh man and get power, then change by you. They don't hear you words, they can guys, you know. Anyways, welcome back. We'll get some stories then for one. Let's take some stories then. Yesterday we were into here. Let's take some stories then, please. What they where we report over between yesterday to today. We'll take some stories and quickly. The APC don't announce then they defer then constituency lower level election and they shift from the original scheduled dates when at June 30th to Saturday, July 4th, 2026. In a statement where the National Secretary General, Lansana Dumboy, have been signed, he said the party, the decision, then take the decision in consultation with the Interim Election Management Committee, the IMC, for allow members them nationwide for fully participate in the morning activity following the recent death of them senior APC member them. So the APC party don't defer the constituency election. That's one of the stories them we run yesterday. Another story, yeah, somebody they tag me pan Ronaldo Messi. Yesterday I watched Ghana, England. It was a good game. Police don't confirm say they don't arrest 25 people after the Kailao unrest. Member have been reports that now with colleague Ali Mansari been giving an update. The Sierra Leone police has confirmed that 25 suspects are in custody following violent unrest in Kailao town on Sunday, June 21st, which saw police property set ablaze after the death of a bike rider. According to the SLP, officers responded to a distress call about unknown persons entering a residence. By the time the police arrived, the alleged suspect fled. Shortly afterward, a crowd apprehended and severely beat Abdullah Kalon, a bike rider from Dahu, who was later taken into police custody. Kalon died en route to the police station. This na the thing way happen na Kailang, the story where we been bring come to now, and yeah, very unfortunate, very unfortunate. Another story, the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, MBSSC, in collaboration with the West Africa Examination Council, WAEC, they announced the revised date for the 2026 Basic Education Certificate Examination, BECE, confirming that the exams will now commence on Monday, July 6th. The adjustment, according to the ministry, follows careful consideration of logistical and administrative requirements to ensure a smooth, fair, and well-organized examination process. So, the Ministry of Basic Education and the West Africa Examination Council, WAEC, they announced that the BECE, the Basic Education Certificate Examination, BECE, will now commence on Monday, 6 July, as against the dates we been there for. So that is an update from the Ministry of Basic Education. Another story where they take the World Bank do announce a new funding for the government of Sierra Leone. The World Bank do approve 40 million United States dollar grants to transform Sierra Leone's agriculture sector. Sierra Leone's agricultural sector is set for a major boost following the World Bank Group's approval of a 40 million International Development Association IDA grant to finance the sustainable agricultural value chain intensification for growth project. So the World Bank don't approve a 40 million United States dollar grant for we agriculture sector. Another story where they take the deputy head, the acting head of police media, Mohamed Bobsin Senu, don't confirm say admire Bio Jallo, they don't release him on bail following about a week in custody, and then Biola in connection with alleged fraud investigation, and they not charge him go court as the police being reported the last time, but the police now reveal to it, they not explain further the bail condition, but then confirm say they wanted notice for a man still there out way in Dauda Jallo. These are some of the stories them where we get. Another story now that the Ministry of Labor don't confirm say one Chinese national will be assault a Sierra Leonean, then don't ensure say then don't left the country. They say the Ministry of Employment, Labor and Social Security has confirmed that Lin Zhang, a Chinese national whose work permit was withdrawn following allegation of assault against a Sierra Leonean factory worker, has left the country. Senior official from the ministry conducted a follow-up inspection at KK Company in 6 Mile, Western Rural District, where the incident occurred. The company presented documentary evidence, including Mr. Zhang's travel itinerary, confirming his departure. So it's a Chinese national. There was a video of where he attacked a Sierra Leonean, and the Ministry of Labor, Employment and Labor been say, therefore, ensure say he left the country, and he don't left the country. Let's take another story. Remember last week we've been address an issue we get for do with somebody we been allegedly even they caught then a grandpa we been tied in grand Pekin and been injured the Pekin to a point that they been get for cut the Pekin and because of the injury. We've been interviewed the daddy and the person we been held for bring that matter the public. But then we don't pass judgment, so we do a follow-up story. Let's take this story quickly.
The High Court na Freetong don sentence Abubakar Jallo, wey na the grandpa of 5-year-old Mustafa Kanu, to 75 years imprisonment after wey he been plead guilty to serious child abuse charges them, wey been make the pikin be lost or two in hand them. Justice Simeon Aliyu, wey been deliver the judgment, been describe the act as inhuman and say the man been get the responsibility for protect the pikin, but instead he been inflict serious harm on am. Justice Aliyu been say we so say Mustafa Kanu go need support and care for the rest of his life because of the permanent disability where he suffer. He been add say the sentence for serve as warning to other people them, say society for protect picking them and not for harm them. During the proceedings, Abubakar Jallo been plead guilty and begging family for forgiveness, as he been same way so beg the courts for mercy, as he been say he not been intend for make things end in such a tragic way, and say he genuinely loved the pikin. Lawyer Yusuf Isaac Sise, who represents the victim on behalf of the state, been urge the court for consider long-term support for Mustafa, as he say the pikin go need continuous assistance throughout in life. Where he be talk to Scoot Media after the judgment, Mustafa and Papa Alimami Kanu say although justice don't take place, he said the sentence not go able to wipe the watana the eye, the emotional pain and the trauma where the family and the pikin they go through. He add say the family still struggle with the psychological burden where the incidents don't cause. The case don't attract widespread public attention across Salone and don't renew calls for stronger child protection law them and community vigilance against child abuse. For Truth Media, Mina Devida, Spain, Solomon.
Welcome back, listener. The Truth Morning Devotion on Truth FM 103.9. We take another story. The acting head of police media, Mohammed Bobson Senu, being given an update about the situation na Kailao. Let me take the video there and we could come back shortly.
My name na ASP Mohammed Bobson Senu, me na the acting head of media and public relations officer for the Australian police. The incident na Kailam, the initial report we get, that was on Sunday, that it was around 1300 hours. We one Mami Sibanya being for call police, say thief man they don't enter in compound. So 2 police officers being respond at the scene. Now Banyawalu section inside Kailao. When the police they reach at the house, they ask the Mami, they say the thief they don't run go so by Library Road. So the 2 police officers still continue because they don't call them, so they want to know what happened. Reaching at the scene by the Library Road within the same section, they meet a large number of youths surrounded this young man hopelessly, for almost every day at the point of death where they reach there. So they take the body, go to an hospital, they pronounce say he already don't die. So the other bike riders they misconstrue that the police be the part of the mob where then beat this boy to death. So this being therefore give the cause for the other one. Then we not go say a bike rider, but the other one then the youths then go burn the barracks. So as it is, we get 25 currently now in custody, and be able to put coffee order yesterday for ensure say, they're able to respond to the situation, let escalate to any other thing. As I talk to you now, Kailan relatively calm and quiet, but the matter they under investigation. So that is the first, abstract, report from the police where it indicates say it was a distress calls received from one Mami Banya, and reaching at the point at Banya reception, they say no, the man don't run go so, the thieves don't go so by that other locations where they say now Library Road. So unfortunately, the police will therefore meet this boy in the midst of others we refer to as the rioters beat these boys to death. So 5 suspects currently there under investigation. This is just the initial report. The investigations therefore really deep into to ascertain. One, we also therefore ascertain cause of death. Whatever things happen, that is a procedure of investigation. Even somebody say Namidwa, that not mean say we stop the investigation, we go beyond that one. Because more than matter, you therefore proven beyond reasonable doubt. So you need to do all the needful, you need to follow the due process, you therefore conduct autopsy for a certain cause of death, and as the investigations they continue, we also therefore come up and can tell the general public waiting at the status of the matter. For now, Kailan relatively calm and quiet, and the police are on top of situations.
Okay, that the acting head of police media, Mohamed Bobsin Senu, been to talk to my colleague Andrew Chupele on the situation at Kailan. Say, and confirm, they announced yesterday say they get 25 people in custody presently. But the resident minister East may also get an engagement with bike riders, the police, and other community leaders them. And let me listen to what he been get for say.
Yesterday, this incident we happy is very, very unfortunate. And we lost my brother alive when I ABROU, and they burned 2 buildings when I police quarter. When this thing happened, I travel overnight. I reach here within the time no more where I already less than 1 hour. I be there Kailan. I can't meet fire dinner up at the building, but we fed to Hotham for letting not transfer to the other side because the police now 5 structure. But 4, I mean 2 more. So we try for dispatch the youth from the street. The allegation here is the BLOU say the police involved on the death one of their brothers, and they self go into riot against some other youth for go bomb the police station. The 2 incidents we condemn them. It's not good for we, it's not good for this country. And this country is a law country. So we try again. I bring the MATP, the military barracks, Dalu, the CO and the AIG. Me and you were to be there yesterday. Where we get a very hard situation because the youth there over 1,000 of you, and Kailan divided into 4 areas where they be occupied. So I see a necessary for say I for go on radio and talk to the public for everybody stay in our house. Within that time we see say the tension be high. I be declare coffee yesterday. And that coffee be will help the situation. The coffee be start by 10 o'clock last night to 5 o'clock this morning. So we make sure we dispatch everybody. I call immediate meeting today we just done when a stakeholders meeting, the PS office, when the provincial administrative wing and the Kailan district with other stakeholders. We don't meet, we don't get a regulation to this process. The investigation they happen now, it don't begin from yesterday. What we don't decide now each body because the BLOU alleged on the Kailan police. So Kailan police not able to investigate this matter. We don't bring the crime officer from Eastern region where they Kenema and the AIG that they head this investigation. I don't ask Freedom, think they come from Freedom tomorrow where they will join the Eastern region for CC. What they caused this? Who are responsible for this death? Who are they responsible for this government property in Born one? They will take them to the book. At the movement, we don't make sure the BLOU president will be invited, he can meet up, and the district BLOU na Kailan. The other commit themselves for stay. No of the membership no go day in the street and nobody no go into riot. And also the police themselves would not advise, they say, as long as they use them, don't stop, they're not there on the street, let them not threaten nobody. The one them where they don't arrest them over 25, then are police custody, therefore investigate them. And within the BLOU, even the heads them would say anybody where police need you for go for any question or any investigation, if will be available. And nobody not for go into riot because even if they say the district chairman, BLOU chairman, they for can't statement, but you're not going to say no, now commander. So everybody don't commit itself, and Oma don't say a ready for support this process. But for the fact that Oma don't take oath for support this process, we know say we will get the way forward. So at the movement, there is no coffee again. The coffee is over, and we believe say the peace and sanity they prevail. We there with the traditional chairman, the business they go on, everybody they on their own normal business. They school begin and then at school, everything they go on normally. The situation last night, it don't come down, and that I want for assure the club.
At now the resident minister East been the talk on the situation Kailaon town. We understand say there is calm already, and you know it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that things like that they get for happen. Like I say on Monday, I think we have a situation where we really need to pay attention to the issue between bike riders and police officers. It's a situation where not only Kailaon, in Freetonia, in other parts of the country, we don't see who side, then chaos there they happen. You know, where bike rider gets issue with police, you go see all the other bike rider then go come and go act one kind way. Sometimes even with way they drive. You know, I think there is a need for, let we all understand, say, bike riders them as important as you are, the police officers themselves important, now family people them, now them work then they do. But as also the police officers them for understand, say, there are ways you can enforce law respectfully. I don't see police officers them where they take tick for whap bike rider, you know, for, you know, sometimes they don't even care about the person where they be in the bike, or even the bike man in your life. You know, we really need to get a conversation on this. We need to get a conversation on them. We don't see, there are many cases of Usai, them tear they happen and they escalate, destroy. Look, now police barracks and destroy so. How long will it take again Usai for go spend money for build and they back? You know, and sometimes you and bike rider go get issue. The other hand, they not gonna know, say, na end offend you, as it go bang you as you can down. They all long can pack, you know, and it doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense that people and they then think say them for take the law into their own hand. We all they use the road. They are decent. They are very decent bike riders. I me don't take bike or KK. I get people them. I get some of them. Anytime I want move, if I want use bike now, they I go call safe because of the level of decency. But you get some way totally reckless. You get some the way then they ride, the way then go respond to you, then go bang you, then go make you plabber, and then get this understanding say if them begin make you plabber, all the other one then go can. They not even want for no it happen. And it should not be so. There are laws. When they get license, there are rules and regulation. There are things where you for follow. You for respect police, but the police back, you know, this whole issue about well the bike rider then they talk them every time. If you get forget the bike rider for the give you money, you know they show respect to you. You know they give you respect. Honestly, if you get for the book to you, get for the book to you, it won't. You know they respect you. You know they give you respect because you don't get that kind of relationship there. You know, but it's an issue we really need for pay attention to as a country. It don't happen. It don't happen at Freetonia. It don't happen at McKinney. It don't happen at Bo. It don't happen at Kailaon. It don't happen at different parts there. But it can happen no more that we left we forget about them. There needs to be some serious conversation because the bike riders and get union now, then get leadership. The need for engage with the police, let there be standard operating procedures. Waiting if police do something, waiting you for do. If you get police where they harass you, who say you for lay complain, waiting at the redress mechanism them. So person will take the law in hand. But we really need for pay attention to them. We really need to, you know. But we take two more videos. The vice president been then at the town hall in London, and I've been to talk about a statement we make about household income. where he been they talk about. Let's just listen to that quickly.
What in the Minister of Trade maybe not make mention. Sierra Leone today, over the last couple of years, you get what they call commodity price stabilization. Today, if you look salon, rice, flour, oil, tomatoes, onion, it cheap na salon pass we neighbor all. But what it make, yet still we get cheap food, but yet still the country look difficult. Now what do they call, say, the number of people the way they work, the income, household income is very, very low. When you go to one whole family, maybe na one person they work. So if you get one grand teacher, na no more they work, na go buy rest, na go pay school fees. So the other dependents then na salon, the dependent then na them boku. So not for say commodities then there, the household income na in small. So now in make we invest for create more industry, we create more jobs. Because the more jobs we create, the more they increase household income. So that when if you get a household, outside the pikin they work, the mama they work, the auntie they work, you go imagine saying a 5 bag rest go Canada house fee. But if you get household when a one person no more they work, to support the other people then go be very, very difficult.
So that's the vice president, the town hall na the UK. When they talk to say Leone and the diaspora community, the civic town hall with the Ministry of Information and Civic Education organized. But at the point you have been making here, it's about earning. How many people they earn? How many people get job? Until we address the issues and they, until we get more people getting jobs and get income, and people that we get jobs safe get better salary, you know. The money no they rotate to, no they rotate. It will be a problem. It will be a problem. But it's good it coming from the vice president. At least somebody in our government understand the thing what don't they say. We are not just saying them here because we want for sale. But this is not the reality. If people don't earn, if people don't get job, they know they earn, and now one person in the family where everybody above par. Now pressure. I can say even be politician party, I can tell them. Say they under pressure because job no day. Now I make always the complain people in the car una. When person get job, they don't care about you the politicians. If they able pay you picking a school fee, able to take care of him married in Punado, they not go beg you. They not go beg you. Once he get job, be able to take care of himself and his family. So hopefully we'll get to that point to say we'll go address the situation there. But we'll take one final video. Over the weekend, His Excellency the President been commissioned the Manoa Bridge na Kailang. You know, there are a lot of negative story about Kailang, but something positive happened there. A World Bank funded project where they link villages, chiefdoms, and communities them for his trade and traveling as well. Let's take that video there quickly.
Today, we are going to commission the Manoa Bridge, a modern all-weather crossing that will replace the uncertainty with reliability, isolation with connection, and delay with opportunity. This bridge is a declaration that no Sierra Leonean should be disadvantaged because of where they live. This bridge exists because our government made a deliberate decision to connect communities that had been isolated for far too long and invest in infrastructure that improves the lives of our people. Through our partnership with the World Bank under the Smallholder Commercialization and Agribusiness Development Project, SCADEP, we committed ourselves to replacing unreliable ferry crossings with resilient bridge infrastructure that can serve communities safely throughout the year. The Manoa Bridge is a flagship of that commitment. Spanning the Moa River, the 183 meters two-lane bridge links the community of Pendembu and Manoa and strengthens connectivity between Pejebongre and Upper Bambara chiefdoms, while enhancing access across Beja West, Upper Bambara, Penguia, and Lower chiefdoms.
That now His Excellency the President, Dr. Julius Maada Bio, been the commission the Mano Bridge na Kailao, and it's a side way then they use the boat in that ferry that and that how they go. This is what is development. This is what is progress. And I like the conversation on social media. All politicians and they make. I can say for me, I really want to get them conversation there about who that don't do more for the people. Things that way they change people in life directly. Who that don't make more bridges, who that don't make more, who that don't make lights more accessible, who that don't fix with transport problem, who that don't fix with water problem. Then conversation and that is governance is continuity, but it's good way people in politics they argue about who that don't do more for things them where this definitely will ease trade na that place they traveling and all that it will help the people as well. So this is progress. This is me. I like them conversation. I see my friend Keke Thomas and they the country the bridge away they don't do, and Dr. Blyden be the corrector. I say some a culvert, some enough Adam and the cont now APC being startup. So that's about it. We for progress. Governance is whichever party they have power. There are things where we for agree say we for able address. We not for allow people them for still they suffer. They draw ferry for cross. And we just want to remind the president, the people that are carrying it as well. I've been don't show them bridge now. They say them bridge been done for them. It's about 2 years now. Then serve the call for support. Hopefully government attention go good day. But we just want to show now you building. We can't join with guests them. We already did this morning. You building from last week. The dirty still the day. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, June 24th. On Friday, we showed our video day where power being used. Where power film civil society person it been share we have been take a musenu colleague then they then go verify and it been dead. But on Monday morning, my colleague go there, he go check the dirty still dead. Today, Wednesday, the 24th, the dirty still dead. Simon can just show the video on screen, let people and see for the people who they watch. This is how you building, it's raining up here, and I'm sure they gain other parts them. I see video of some heavy rain now at Alusef as well. But this is you building. The dirty we been there from last week. It's still there. My colleague did it this morning. Hopefully we'll get more videos we'll go put out. It's like then they can clear the dirty anyway. But it's still there. It's still there. The dirty is still there. It's still there. You know, this now you building. This not to any other side. Now you building. You building Usai will minister then day. So wanna clear and done. We go can show the people and back out this space day. But it's nice how you building, not to the outside though. Nice how you building compound. Now they don't see so. Usai Minister of Health Day, Minister of Information and Civic Education, Minister of Transport and Aviation, Trade and Industry, Fisheries and Marine Resources, Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources. Uda back the day. I got remember, I got to call him there. But this is outside and day. Minister of Political and Public Affairs, yes, me good friend, I'm a colony office that day. Then just get public service day safe. Then celebrate and near the same place. Now you building, now you watch show. See the today. Today is Wednesday the 24th. We they keep track of this place until they clear it up. But this is us. This is us as a people. This is us as a country. It's a reflection of who we are. You know. Anyways, we'll take a quick commercial break. We can join with guests. And this morning, like I say, we can talk about the ports. Last week, we've been starting a conversation with the importers and also the custom brokers. But we've been need for expand. So if you get a question, you don't get an experience with the ports, you get a question where you want to ask, drop on our Facebook page. I promise we'll go through it. We go ask the questions them. We'll get the service providers and the different players and this morning for can get a conversation on this. Continue for stay with we. We'll come back shortly.
Are you tired of waiting in long lines at the bank? Say hello to OmniLite, your ultimate banking solution from EcoBank. With OmniLite, managing your finances has never been easier. Here's why. OmniLite allows you to enjoy easy access to your account information across multiple countries. Monitor your accounts in real time from the comfort of your home or office. Rest assured, with OmniLite, all your online transactions are guaranteed secure. Do you need to transfer funds? No problem. Whether it's domestic or international, OmniLite has got you covered. Make multiple payments effortlessly with our convenient multiple transfer service. And paying bills is a breeze with Quick Bill Pay. Plus, schedule future payments hassle-free with standing order. Want a checkbook? Just request it on OmniLite and it'll be delivered to your doorstep within 10 working days. Experience the convenience and efficiency of OmniLite today. Visit us online or at your nearest EcoBank branch to learn more. A better way, a better Africa.
When starting your day, getting fit is the first step. When the hustle starts, nothing should stall you. When it's time to plan your future, saving should be easy. When you're ready to expand, no room for excuses. When your child needs relief, waiting isn't an option. And if it's you asking, no isn't an answer. Because for us, when it comes to banking, it's all about you.
Across Sierra Leone, more people are asking the same question. Why buy fuel anywhere else when Cornex gives you more? Professionally trained attendants who know service matters. Conex Fuel, a litre is a litre every single time. And when it's time to pay, easy. Pay with mobile money, Visa or MasterCard, or the Cornex Fuel card. Clean restrooms, welcoming spaces, every station, every time. Clean fuel, clean spaces, clear value. That's why Sierra Leone fuels with Cornex. Cornex retail outlets, always clean, always professional, always for you. Fuel smart. Get your Cornex Fuel card today.
Proudly Sierra Leonean, proudly progressive.
Have you heard of J-Man Group of Companies? Building businesses, creating opportunities, and driving national growth. J-Man, building the nation. Excellence and service in every step.
Fueling the economy and powering the future with J-Man Petroleum.
Protecting lives, businesses, and investments with J-Man Insurance.
High quality tires and motor spare parts from J-Man Motors.
Guaranteed safety and protection with J-Man Security. J-Man, together we rise, empowering people, changing lives.
As an indigenous company, creating jobs, supporting communities, and contributing to economic development.
Innovation, integrity, excellence, service.
J-Man Group of Companies, proudly Sierra Leonean.
Proudly building the future.
J-Man Group of Companies, your trusted partner for progress.
For more information, contact us at 2 Adelaide Street, Freetown, or call 090-580-001.
Orange Maxis gets flexible data and voice plans them we go fit you lifestyle. Try the Colat Mini for just 70 Leone and get 2.5 Mbps speed for 7 days. You can need data anytime. Your bundle they give you fast internet anytime you day. For you can prefer customized plan. Your own bundle they make you select the exact data and voice package where you need. Find the best data and voice option now on Maxit. Download the app and stay connected.
Orange.
Welcome back. This is the Tooth Morning Devotion on Tooth FM 103.9 with the broadcast live from our studios. Na Ilcott na Freetown. What me party na you building just the text me say not to the respond not to and I work with one of the ministry them. So he just tell me say not to them puts that out in the own Ministry of Works to for well, anybody where they listen, I just think say you building na very serious place, Sandy. You know, now they with ministries and they imagine people and when they come for the first time for go do business here now or go meet with people and see that place. We shouldn't normalize that, you know. Now the place and then the way for be an example. Who say I can see people the way they work and them picking and can go the right, so them picking common school. Imagine you picking go for venue. You see in Papa or in Mama office dirty, so that picture they not good, you know. Hopefully you know go clean them up and go be a better place. But we can talk about the ports. We can talk about the ports. You know, last week, like I say, we got a very good conversation. I thought we were going to just have a short conversation, but it went big, and we may agree say we need to expand the conversation. It could let people understand what's in the ports they about, other than they do what's in there. Other than the landlord, other than a service provider. So this morning, I get the pleasure for welcome at the studio, Martin Mother George's Quay, we na the Company Secretary of the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbour Authority, SLPHA. Good morning, Martin, and welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Lamrana. Good morning, viewers, and good morning, listeners.
Thanks so much for joining. We also get Abubakar Jadumbuya, we na the Head of Operations, na Nectar, Sierra Leone Bulk Terminal, and they call them NSBT. Good morning, Mr. Jadumbuya Abubakar. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Lamgana. Good morning, Sierra Leoneans, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. I also get now we other studio Daniel Coca, we na the Operational Excellence Manager na the Freetown Terminal Limited (FTL). Good morning, Daniel, and welcome.
Good morning, Lambrana, and good morning to my family all.
Now for the company, they forget woman next. Somebody will put the flyer out yesterday. Say so man there.
The maritime wall has always been
dominated. Forget woman and then at the port. Same for the send them as well. But yeah, they can't get this conversation. So like I said last week, we get this conversation with the importers Rashid Conte, and we've been get Salia from the custom brokers. But we get a huge conversation. You know, Tennessee have been called with the customs and make some clarifications, and Yakuba Bills have been called and accept some of the challenges them way them been say they happen, but the time not being enough. So we agree say we get you today, Martin. Waiting na the role of Port Authority. You know, me grew up in a compound. I remember Mr. Fobi. Mr. Fobi was working at the port. Mr. Fobi have been one of the big men in our community. Holiday time, Mr. Fobi could carry with chocolate, toy, and all. You know, people already working at the port. Then, the big people them na the area, and everybody been no say Port Authority na they responsible for clear goods, for clear container, and all of that. But as at now, waiting on a role, waiting on the responsibility of the Sierra Leone Port and Harbour Authority.
Thank you very much, Lamrana. And since I'm a first time this for at your studio, I want to congratulate you for this huge investment, and then wish you every success in this media outlet.
Thank you.
As you rightly said, the Sierra Leone Port Authority, we then first created in 1964 by the Port Act of 1964, prior to the reorganization recently, Nabi Service Port, that is in 1964. And at that time, as you said, Mr. Fobi, they refer to, they tend to the ports, now we do everything. From the clearing, where the vessel come, now we go handle the container, put them down, do everything, except we are in NIA go come for can't charge government duty. But then, at that time, the ports, now we be responsible for everything. And so, it was well and good. But then, in that wellness, government be the make loss. Government, there was no dividend declared at the end of the day, and the company will go at a loss, and it was not a good scenario. And so in 2010, 2011, government decided for concession, the port. We are going to bring this public-private partnership process. And that series for law go to first concessionaires, we at that time be Bolori, we in Africa Global Logistics, we then local company in Freetown Terminal Limited, we then concession for me they handle containers, we then call the container handling concessionaires. So with the advent of Bolori or FTL in 2011, 100% of all containerized cargoes, and at that time also for break bulk, now they be the handler.
Okay.
That effectively make SLPA, Port Authority, as then as a landlord, We mean say we'll give up all which will be to do, the services they will be to provide directly to the public, who will be provide directly to importers and to consignors where they carry out goods and cargo in this country. We'll give them up to a third party when FTL.
Down on the land no more again.
So we'll just cannot be a landlord. Going further, we'll also find out say even the bulk cargo. So now bulk and break bulk cargo, this are cargo them, and they call rest or cement, then loose cargo there they come. That also we say law concessional. And so in 2015, we'll get next as Sierra Leone Bulk Terminal Limited, when a NSB to a British company. FTL, of course, it's a French company. Then say get 80% of bulk and break bulk. When they now they deal with that one day, whilst FTL get 20% and get 100%. So in 2015, effectively, we went purely as a landlord. As a landlord port, we now own the land, now they manage the land, and then we now begin for regulate. They want them who don't give them concession rights there. By regulating them, we'll now sit at the middle of this port ecosystem for make sure say all other players them perform their duties them very well. But that was not just it. Beyond container handling, beyond cargo handling, we'll also get other players, we'll also get other services they will be render. One of them will be for scan or inspect containers, where they call cargo inspection and scanning. Before then, they began one company they call ALIC. But now, since 2019 or so, we get a company they call Integrated Trade Services, ITS. Now, they now get the responsibility for scan and inspect cargoes them, where the FTA don't handle or where they don't put down at the port. What in that they mean? Then get scanner machines, where cargo containers and come, then go to that scanner, then the inspector, if what you declare, now you manifest, or what you declare, say now you carry it, if they see and say you match, then it can easily go. If you don't match, then find out say there are some suspicious things or till we know declare, then find out say they go then see, make them put this container aside and make them do further examination of that container. There's also another company where they call LSS, Logistics Solutions Services. Then what do they do? Cargo tracking note. Since 2001, after the terrorist attack in America, they can find out say for me them put more security measures in place. So what does that mean? That means say from the port of loading, also then load the container, then can bring a system wherein they for able to track that container they downloaded from downloaded in onto the port of discharge. So if you come up from point A, you go point B, you go point C, till before they reach port of return at point H, they will track all those other cargo container they pass, those other cargo they pass. So now that the LSS then you do cargo tracking note, then they track cargo. That's now another service provider. Another service provider now towage, talk service. So where vessel and come because of the vessel and bigness, because they draft big and all of that, we then can at the port, then get for hot the engine them some space or some miles off before they reach. So when they happen, it means they need tugboat. Tugboat are then smaller boats them, but they're very big, huge boat. Where they come alongside this bigger vessel for make sure so they can guide until it safely come back. That as when a whole service will be provided. That as well we don't get to a third party. So you can find out say we don't already get how many? About 4 to 5 concessionaires.
Yeah, about 5.
We get FTL, we get NSBT, we get ITS, we get LSS, or we get the storage service provider there. So all of them people here they do their work now, and we dey for make sure say we regulate and make sure say everybody doing your work. But one important thing we go for mention that the NRA customs for all goods they carry this country. Now then they charge the custom duties. So now this is for pay government based on what you declare and based on the worth of the value of your cargo you carry with. Then say they for make sure say every cargo is being charged and dues are duly
what you know that they collect?
One. So what would you collect directly can come from the vessels or from FTL when they now on concession. So for example, we go to call throughput. So for every container where FTL they deal with, then get a throughput, then get an amount where they pay to be. Because then they also they use for sustain yourself. Where vessel also they can go to them call marine charges. So for example, if the vessel now 110 meters, so then get the calculation that you do and the number of days where they can spend at the port. Marine charges and then they charge out or within the shipping agent. Because for every vessel they come to this country, you get an agent in the third party in we they deal with, not to we the vessel owner directly. So that agent, once that vessel they come, would they charge you based on the number of days you spend and based on how big your vessel is, would they charge you and that money they come to you. So now that money they are now would use for sustain yourself and make sure see when you. And also very importantly is that a port authority are not, we not autonomous, but we take care of ourselves. It means government not the subvention, government not the give money. Rather, now we give government money.
Okay.
And I think as the conversation go, we
can talk about that. But I want to ask, recently the vice president we did in the town hall in the UK. I listened to him. He was talking about this old drugs issue, but he talked about how there are other ports. And not so just the ports where they talk about. So there's service there where you talk about. Say like the service where FTL they provide. Is it just for the Queen Elizabeth II Quay, or then they provide the same service that the other ports them where
so in all concessions you get the exclusive concession area also that they provide the service.
Okay.
So for example for Freetown Terminal Limited, the exclusive concession area at the port of Freetown. And that it means say for every container once it pass 5 from every container they can use from 5 ports now then get a concession right there for Duam. For other ports, so for example you get the port of Niti. So this now a port where they within we administration, but then na Rutile and then Vimetco now then they provide service in there. So we get oversight function at them port in there. But these are port they only receive vessels. We like bigger vessels. They export. So they export through barges. So then get them barges where they come alongside for take the minerals, and then bigger vessels then at the outer anchorage.
But NSBT where they handle bulk get any role within the play.
Yes, so then get where they play this. So why NSBT they will deal on that? But for every vessel where they come, then get people where they can send it for go provide Steven during service. So they can go there for make sure say the minerals where they come, then load them and make sure say then go transship them to the outer anchorage vessel where they for make them. So that they provide that oversight function there. And we come also na Delta 1 or the other ports within Freetown way, for example, Marampa Mines or King Hold use. This na a port now in a private port where government we don't list to them, but as well it provides oversight function and control and make sure say for all the vessels where they come, because for every vessel where they come na Freetown, they make a call to the port. And once they come, we'll get to pilot them when they will send on board, but either bring them to the BAT na Freetown, or if not at outer anchorage, they make sure they're in the outer anchorage position. So at the port of Freetown, we now they get and say vessel A, we say for day. So we control the vessel traffic. That is also one of our functions. Now we control vessel traffic within the pilotage.
Any service the way FTL and NSBT when a concession we then gets together, we then they provide as two companies where sometimes they handle containers and they handle bulk, we wanna give them?
Yeah, so where they handle containers, so it means purely you get exclusivity for handle all containers where they come. So where the container then come, then get them off the ship to the shore, then put them down, and from there then stack them. Their role effectively can end at that point. You come, of course, if you clear your container, you make their own payments, and then they can load them after other players then go down. Confirm say this policy I don't do XYZ. So then can then confirm and then take that container there for load on a truck for make continue to clearance process.
Okay. Abubakar, for you understand within una role mean, the bulk service owner they provide, the concession owner get or agreement owner get with the ports. Within una role within the port system, say now the Queen Elizabeth II Quay.
Like how CS lay the premises, say we in a bulk terminal, bulk and break bulk. NSBT, we get 7 activities the way we do at the port. And primarily we handle bulk and break bulk cargo discharge and for load. And secondly, we give bridge service to the port. And we get long or short term storage facility. And at the same time, we do quayside bagging. Like for example, if you count West, a day in a bulk form. We get the bagging equipment for bag and for you at the port. They just bring the bags them, whether I bring waste, fertilizer, sugar, whatever content it day in a bulk form. We get the equipment for do the bagging. And also we provide consolidated warehouse. You get some cargo where they come in a container. If you're not able to come out, you on stuff inside it. So we able keep them for you as storage until the time where you want for Canticam, you come in for Canticam. Then we also just don't go another third bat we then this have the increase in volume of how we they able handle with capacity in the port. So basically, we focus on bulk and break bulk handling. You know, we key function at the port.
This include export, think same way with the export as well in bulk?
Yes.
Because I've been asked about the other port them and he mentioned the whole one at the play.
Yes. Now the port of Freetown, the Queen Elizabeth, with the handle exports where they come in a bulk, but the volume not to that compared to the imports. You know, we can export, but not just small amounts of cargo. Yeah, so whether it's in a bulk form or in bulk form, we get the mandate for handle them.
Okay, let me talk to the Maui they handle the container them. I think most of the issues them get for do with the containers. You know this last week we'll get the conversation now. Salia talk about SOP. Say you know the DG of the port been called, all the players and within the port say let's develop some SOPs. Say now this and this for make the process now this port very easy. But they say there is some concerns about implementing those SOPs. But for clear understanding, within a Freetown terminal, you know, within our own role in the port system, which role on the play?
So, if I want to follow all no say, Freetown Terminal, they get 100% right as CSA for handle container and we say motuka them and everything where they can Sierra Leone. And we also get 20% of the break bulk. And the reason why I make Freetown Terminal come now for see how best we can able for improve the cargo handling system in the country, develop, maintain, and train with local people them for let them take over and follow meet international standard. As at today, we be able for handle container, we be able for handle break bulk, whatever type, project type. As at today, we know say the government get the conference na Lunge, we also get electricity project. How you imagine all the equipment at the car? So it's a well of modernized equipment we enrich Freetown Terminal for let the country they also did today. If we talk about economy, we talk about growth, we talk about increase everything, it's because we get the required equipment for make sure say we offload and we load. And whatever the case may be, we try for improving, we import and we export, because we cannot talk about import only, we left export. But this then goes side by side, and the export now they bring with foreign exchange to the country. And Freetown Terminal they make sure say we cushion and make sure say the environment be a level playing ground for everybody, and for making you able for say doing business is very very easy.
Well, what's in the process? You know, when they deal with container, and a lot of people they bring in container. I've been get Rashid now. We've been talk about containers and where they come, we go delay somewhere, and like I say, Salia talk about the SOPs. What's in now your role in this? Then standard operating procedures. Then where the ports been identified, say on for do, because he was talking about. I just want to watch Salia in video, then you go come answer. If there were things he spoke about where you need for respond to directly, possibly. Not just watch Salia in video, then we go come back to you. I think they cause the delay, because if the importer, this delay for cause the importer for pay demurrage, it comes back to the people. It definitely get for increase in price and for able to pay back for another container. What's in the cause the delay?
So the thing what they cause the delay, you see, whenever there is a problem down the ports, now two institutions and they refer to ports and customs. Ports and customs. But one problem where they cause the delay. Okay, the truth is that we don't get massive increments in volume of containers coming down. Understand? Before this time, one ship sometimes will bring 200 or 300 containers. But because of the increase in volume of commerce, which is good for the economy, so one ship will bring down like 1,000 containers. But we are still doing the traditional pattern of clearance. And because of that, any kind of thing you do, whatever you do, and then the space at the ports, it keeps shrinking. Understand? Why the volume keeps increasing. Yes, and then we still hold on to the traditional pattern of clearing. No one comes say, I'm in charge of the clearance process. how do I streamline this process?
Yeah, make one get a one sir. I don't imagine
how do I
age of
streamline
time.
this process? Yes.
Yeah.
So that is the biggest challenge we'll get. But also, unilateral decision. You understand? It's not a blame game. You got the handling company. The handling company, and then the load container.
Send message.
What the container can then pull them from the ship, then stack them, and then they load them. Of recent, we get serious issues with them. At any point in time, they can just grab, then change procedure, then change process. So
without engaging,
the stakeholders, and where they also against they breach national laws, they breach international laws. Like for example, the WCO, World Customs Organization law, they tell you, see, before you bring in any administrative cost, before you change procedures, engage with stakeholders, and the only person will get rights for change procedure, a government institution, not a private institution as it happen down the ports currently. So that is the biggest problem we are having. For example, for the load container, we get some F-15 will be to go down, will be no say the compromised government revenue. So we sit down as stakeholders, Port Authority, the Director General, and I take the lead. They say, okay, now, before you load container, let us agree, say, you for don't pay customs duty, they will develop what we refer to as a wish list. That wish list, they per day, it capture all the containers that we don't pay customs duty. We don't do intact. So if you don't pay customs duty, they should load your container. But all of a sudden, the handling company say no. If you don't pay customs duty, it's not sufficient for me to load your container.
They get all that thing that way, then they
get all that thing that way for you. For go take the invoice, you for pay the invoice. You get what you refer to as TDO when a terminal delivery order. You forget them.
Oh, but all these things are paper based. You know, work at your office. It's not online system.
Yes, all these things are paper based. Although the government don't assure we say within the next 6 months we are going into the electronic single windows.
Yeah, because the Commissioner General don't talk that about that.
But when you tell me, say, before we wait for that 6 months, if we efficiently utilize the Asikuda world, it will give a mini single window. In a sense that I don't need for Grab for go to the shipping line. Like when Mr. Rashid will go meet 300 agents, then queue. Now don't understand the wait. I don't need to go there. If you link the system there, I for sit down at my office, I request for my invoice. I forget multiple payment option.
Yeah.
If I don't want to go to the bank, I for sit down at my office, I get multiple payment option for make me payment. So if we're able to go towards that direction, even without the single window, we will not know, we will not too sure if it can between, because between me and you, to be very honest, for the past 10-15 years we have been talking about this single window. But now that they say in the next 6 months, we pray and hope that it comes. But before it come, let me utilize the Asikuda wall. Let me interface with the Asikuda wall. Let all the service providers and ports interface with Asikuda wall, ITS interface with Asikuda wall, CTN interface with Asikuda wall. Then the handling company, because the handling company then gets a vital role in the play. If the government's not able to sit them up, if the government not able to regulate them, then just left them at any time they want to tweak the process, they could tweak them. And when they tell them one thing, if you think say something don't go wrong, you know they tweak the process and you left the one day we don't do the wrong thing at the space. Because you tweak the process, they find another way to do the wrong thing as well.
Yeah.
So the one day they do the wrong thing, and then you get reprimand, then you left the process as it is. Because always, because between me and you, we've not the process clearance now customs, the table will not reach 6 or 7 when you go through. But after that, you get to go through more than 15, 10, 20 tables for clear.
What's the ideal time for clear a container? We're not going to lead to demurrage. How long it will take and how quick the process for be?
Before this time, you will load a container today, you process, you clear them. But now, if you want to load a container, now, you get to take the next 2-3 days just for load the container.
Why? Because of all the process.
Because of all the process. And it is man-made, and most of them are man-made.
You're not able to clear a container on a single day.
You cannot. And that also they make the National Revenue Scorecard look bad, because you what you call this time release studies. Time release studies, they gauge how many containers you declare per day. And to be very honest, if you look at them, probably it's 0%. Because you cannot load a container today and get it out of the port today. So the government really get for intervene and see how they overcome that challenge and streamline the process. However, as Mr. Rashid said, we don't escalate to Parliament, but this time now they don't really take them very, very serious. Yesterday, with the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, now they lead the process. We don't get resolutions in. What they don't assure we say by next week, we'll try for see how we begin implementing resolutions in there.
Okay.
And hopefully, if we begin implementing resolutions in there, they enforce them, then probably it will help the situation.
Agree.
Yes.
But in emphasis is not this I want at the handle, right? And I'll ask you the same question. What's in the processing time, for a bull clear container?
So well, the processing time is therefore be determined by the custom broker. How ready, how able for anticipating job, how prepared the day. So for clear a container, there are so many factors you need to get in place within the logistics for a move. You can, again, I want to make you understand, or people, viewers understand, say, we get what to call pre-clearance, we get clearance, and post-clearance. Okay? Pre-clearance means, say, before even your vessel come, you don't start something. No wait, say it come. Now you order. Now you know, say, I count 10, 15 container. And also I need 10, 15 truck for pull-am. If I don't go into contract with a haulage company or a trucking company for say, my container go reach here this time, I go on for load am and for pull am. Get me? And also, we get for come to this SOP, we say, government want to protect the revenue. Now next we'll get this wish list. Means you go pay, settle all the pre-clearance, settle government, then government now, and I go send we a list. We know say we're in a private sector. And we so respectful to the laws of this land and also to SLPHA and NRA. So if they give an instruction, say, the revenue for be confirmed at the wish list, we can for wait for them. Get me? I'm not going to give you a service where you another confirmation, say you don't pay. And mind you, I'm not going into details, but now easy make team be. We make we come to wish list if we are not really use wish list before. You get me?
So outside the delay the day for clear a container, where go lead to demurrage.
As rightly the commissioner say, this job they start with the clearing agent and end with them. Get me? Now how prepare you dey? If I anticipate say I for go for my visa, now I make embassy 7 o'clock, I go prepare. If I choose not for sleep, I not go sleep. I prepare myself for go day. If you choose say I for just working like I say in a hospital, anytime I for just go day for do anything, it's how you prepare yourself. Bank get cut off time. You cannot approach Freetown Terminal at 5. You want for do your job at 5. You want for pay at 5. You want for scan at 5. You want for exit at 5. What? No. This gets also security checks. And people then get for make sure say we check properly before we allow cargo for go outside. And we see what thing they happen at the social media where then they try for bring negative things to the country of Sierra Leone and to the port authority. And if we get that kind of thing, then like what you say, we tweet the process. I want to make it clear. Say, we as concessionaire no go ever come out with a process without to know inform the landlord.
What's in the process? What's in the ideal time? Say, I have a container. I don't get a custom broker. I want to clear this container. Now only take 3 days. We go give me.
So now tell you ideal time, whatever the case may be. Like people like PC and so on, we get the capacity and this and that. They able to clear the container within the 7 free days. We able for pay no storage to we. That means with all the paperwork with the pre-clearance and the clearance, you cannot come today. When you say start job, start today, 1 green day. Who's how you start? Now the pre-clearance you start in 1 day, or now the clearance. That means you don't done customs, you present yourself to Freetown Terminal and say, I want to load me container. So we got for know for this timeline, we got for make and clear. When you say I start, which area you start? You get pre-clearance, you get the clearance. Clearance now we wish list. We only start a job when the wish list hits with desk. And when we hit with desk, and then they start we they wait for you. If you not approach we cannot do anything. Because it means say you're not ready yet. But if you approach we, in 2 minutes or 5 minutes, you don't get your invoice already. It's up to you for go pay in a bank. If you go with 2 Leone, you're not gonna be the same time if post will go 20 Leone or post will go check. It's clear.
So after them process and the loading of container, I understand there is the Martin can talk about the issue of congestion. people and they complain about. Then don't go through the process, but load and container will take time. There is issue. Una get the capacity as at this time with the level of container with the car.
We get the capacity as I earlier on say. We get all the equipment we need for a port, and even for more than ports. In fact, if all ship that they can have, so they count more than 2,000, we offload them. Not a helicopter, they pull them, put on a machine, they pull them. Not overload na the truck, we not go. But sometimes they load na truck, you able for move again. What happens? And now for go into the condition of the trucks. We know the size of the port. If we don't load, even when I did also this morning, if I move you go to the terminal, sometimes 100 container they will pack, we not cross over. And they make it clear, say, there is a control mechanism wherein the police only they allow container for exit after 8, 10. So meaning, from all the time, 12 hours, 14 hours, they are just loaded and sitting there. And now, if they don't sit inside the terminal, how me as an operator self the work? It's just like a water hose, I plug them, I follow the water can at the other end. If I quit middle, there are pressures where they happen at the other end, them and for stop. Clear? No, so if this let them move, the water let them move, then it's not flowing. And I believe, say, if the authority or stakeholders were ready for move this container outside, for let it flow out, then we will get things moving. But if they're not going out,
Martin, I know una landlord, and landlord, if you get yours, the people the way you rent, then they get a lot of issues. You'd be concerned as well, because when I get regulations, power for regulate and all of that. There's this issue about congestion. We get vessels where they come with containers for Guinea. We not get enough space. We get dry port issue and all of it. Which role una they play in this? Because Salia talk about wish list where the DG be help for develop. How una they ensure say they are implemented, they are followed too for ease the pressure on the service providers.
So first off, Bolori or FTL not they implement measures without consulting. And some of them measures that they do now for protect government revenue and not to their own revenue. Because like you say, their own revenue now for just pay I think 8,500 or so in a handling fee that they can go pay. So the wish list that they talk about is about customer we don't go pay government duty.
Okay.
So they are protecting government's revenue. So they are not even it's not about their own revenue, not to their own revenue they are concerned about. But again, it's about congestion. So now one of the measures they don't put in place for ensure say we'll get 24 hours service providing stuff. And we also talk about this SOP. The issue about developing this SOP now for make sure say people come and work at work on time. We don't can say all clearance process for start at 8 o'clock. But then there is always an issue of people way na you want clear a container coming at 8 o'clock for start your work.
But they said themselves can go there. They said people and they were not can work on time.
Well, it's always back and forth issue. But we can tell you say FTL or SLPHA or ITS, LSS, you get always the workers. Custom workers, that's an office and they go. It's about leaving your own office now for can down the port for your work. But we get an office space down there that they will day. I know issues are down there. One in a while you go say not me this policy at the but 90%, 95% you always get staff at 8 o'clock and ready for attend to custom brokers there if they can clear the containers.
Okay.
So the issue of congestion, like we say, it's a problem we compounded, raising from every other stakeholder their own input. But the major aspect get for do with custom brokers, let me could emphasize the issue of pre-clearance, clearance, and post-clearance is very important, because if you know say if vessel will come, you know say if I don't go take your delivery order and all of that, if you don't do all of them pre-clearance process, your vessel can't today, they don't handle your container, they don't put them down, the next process and for make sure say you go get the necessary invoices and make a payment. Once those ones are done, let make the SOP make them very clear from point A to point B, order responsible and order again for do. If you follow them procedures and there could be glitches, but it could be really, really minute for make sure for make somebody can really make complaints about them.
This agreement or waiting they happen presently of receiving vessel where they come with containers and for go to containers away bound for Guinea. Do we have the capacity to handle that? We get the capacity in the port.
So it's not for me. It's not even about an agreement. It's a port. It's a port of return, and just like any other port, you not go say because somebody want for transit through your port, you say you not go handle that, because first of all it's a revenue, and for us it's a good thing. before now, will not be the hand of transit container. So if you are handling it now, it means first thing first, our port, it means congestion not there that kind much our port where the other port at the face, we mean that they pass them goods and through one port. Because at the port of it, Guinea, you get vessels and they come, they take a couple of weeks, sometimes months, but maybe they even get access or come back. The more reason why they've done the transit the containers there. But the issue of congestion or delay in the clearance process is not caused because transit containers they come. Because even the same transit containers they come, they are still custom brokers, still Sierra Leoneans them or others who then still use the same facility and processes for clear them. So and just like
what about the capacity, the space as well? If like he was saying, you know, if you not get enough space of handling whatever you put now like the O's example we give, right? If the space not enough, then it will cause a challenge.
Space there for me containers and come for me they get them off the vessel and stack them. That space is available. Maybe what you will begin to tell me is about haulage. Vehicles, forget the containers are out. We like EBDC, if you know say you get 5-10 containers that they come, you have to make sure that you don't put your haulage system in place for get the containers them out. Okay. So for me, the conversation. We get that system there, is there in place? It's not about system, it's about availability of vehicles, trucking. And I'm sure a lot of other third parties would invite investors then for many can invest in haulage. We'll get haulage problem, vehicle it's a big problem, and especially we're getting project cargo and they could make mention of the Lunge conference, the NANS project, FB group, gold. They get a lot of projects where they come, and that it creates more compression in terms of vehicles. And some of them projects they are because of the higher earnings in finance, they can able to get all of them trucked down to their side. So if you now one person you get one container, it becomes difficult to make it get truck but go get your container. And so sometimes you get the case where somebody go to make all in payment, but then you not get truck for go get her. So that's where comes the congestion. You go to make all in payment, but then there is no truck for me then go load the container on. So those are the issues. But that's why we brought in the 24-hour system for make sure that at any time you get truck or you get
so the process on 24 hours?
Yeah, more or less. So for example, so now one of the main things that I will try for doing for make sure say even the banks them able to accommodate, because one of the biggest issues here, like for example for protect government revenue, if you say you don't go pay customs duties, customs therefore get alert or for make sure say that money don't hit the account for me then give you the release or for me then give the invoice for me further. Likewise FTL, if you don't say you don't go pay, they also get forget that alert in the system for me then make sure say this person don't clear my process. So but that all will happen if the banking system first of all they improve on the timing, but as well for latch the system them with the existing system. So for make sure say there's an immediate, there is a prompt alert in the systems and immediate people they make payment. And so once that happen, not enough for delay you, not enough for stop you from continue with your job.
Okay, I come back to you. Back at the country. I see Daniel wants to say something.
So no, wait another one for add to this. You see, we cannot talk about this year without to not talk about figures. And I want for like we know say on the average per month we get like 368 boxes of transit compared to the import in Freetown when I like 8,150. You see the gap. So the import is very, very used. Mean that say the transit not get that impact on the trade. It's very, very low. Per month you only get 368 per month.
Containers where the transit.
Where the transit.
Where the
import about 8,000. The thing don't go about 8,150.
Una they prioritize say. Because I remember I talked to Rashid, I get for show that video, they say import container, it take long before it gets out. When they prioritize the container, them say indigenous importers, if they import, when they prioritize the container?
So I will tell you, say, prioritization comes from the request of the individual, is when you are ready. I know can prioritize, you say, Paupa, take your container. Now when you're ready, when you get the finances, when you're ready, you get your warehouse for storm. Maybe you import, you not get site for go put time, you dey gauge time, or maybe you think say for keep and they force because I not get the facility or warehouse for go put time. It's up to them. When you're ready, we give you the service. You pay for the service, we provide for you, and everything. And we delivery per month is about 7,000. And now when we talk about the congestion, it's like how many they gonna do per day? it's like it don't count down to like let's say 200. If you say 200 gonna do per day, if you times them by 25, now like $5,000. Okay, meaning that say both transit and local import. Okay, but if a vessel leak out 8,000, mean that say 3,000 balance they left. And if another motor that 3,000 balance come, it's an issue. So if we're able to increase the speed with all age, we get truck and everything, follow pull like 325 per day. If you multiply, we go there within the 8,000 for let the box and create breathing space. This we are in. If you go to the terminal now, truck already load. The wait, as I say, time 8 o'clock on a net back. Imagine, count the time. Almost hours you they sit there. Wait. It's not about me. You don't pay me for my service. I don't load you. I will wait to you. I will wait for you.
You know, determine when the truck come on and when it will deliver.
Exactly.
But that imports are they begin think about it. In the count the time now. Me container don't take long na the port.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you cannot blame Freetown Terminal because Freetown Terminal with all the stakeholders don't do their role. You don't scan down. We don't load you. We they ask you for let you go now. Move. We want you for let you come out. We always they run after them. We they give ban to them. We they say not park now, so not sleep now. Sometimes they park, them block even the access for load we export.
Well, they can talk about Abubakar Awashki with this challenge of what they talk about congestion. The volume of vessel where they come to increase, number of containers. Which role una they play? We not get any support una they give in addressing congestion. I understand you talk about adding spaces and the other area expansion of the ports. Waiting una they do as NSBT in this.
Well, the congestion self they affect NSBT.
In what way?
Because if we discharge the vessel and the trucks enable exit on time, it is slow down with productivity. So like how CSA then they plead for companies and private companies for letting come in to support the transport system at the port. NSBT, with a struggle, sometimes we get a set target. Like, for example, a vessel of 40 to 50,000 metric tons, we want done within 10 to maximum 15 days. But if the trucks are not available, and then they come on time, the one way they sometimes where you see load, as if they go on the main exit road, it broke down. So it don't give a delay to all the other operation. So we self the effect on that, and the money is serious. So we plead to the authorities and let them see how best they go able help to solve this issue, because if this delay continue, it affects me and you see donor, because that imports are work out in vessel, they get more delays and they pay more demurrage to the vessel owners them. They not go want that for happen. When the vessel come, we get the gears there, we get the equipment. When people they complain about productivity and delay, not to the terminal operators then, because these are reputable institutions where invest in millions of dollars in equipment. So we have all the gears, we have everything what it is. It's about the local transports where not get the capacity. If you get 5 bulk vessels along the port, you will not get the capacity for discharge them on time. Would they get delays?
And we get the capacity for bath any other vessel where they come, like the volume, say vessel and go come and space there outside and go park, or will they get situation outside and go day out and get for wait until space there? Because if there is delay in offloading, there will be delays in the vessel for bath, and it will cost the person where they import as well, or the vessel get for pay other charges and all, where they increase cost per people.
Yes, you are. In fact, what the NSBT do of recent, we just complete one bath where we claim 5.4 acre. We now one of the biggest bath for now. It's 225 meter of an LOA and an operational draft of 11.5 meter. So all this, the terminal operators, we they do well to try for create space. And I can tell you, over the few months, they will still get vessels that they encourage because of delay.
Yeah, exactly. And because space not there.
Space not there.
And because of delay for offload and get the other vessel for.
The offload can be fast, but if you not get truck for pick that load there, now the delay they come.
Because you not get space for car offload that other vessel they for waiting the vessel they carry it.
Exactly, for take them out.
For take them out.
So all these are factors the way they slow down the productivity in the port. You know.
Yeah, Martin, you want to say something?
No, it's a problem with typical generally because it's just like even the fruits on your way there. Colonial masters design small, the students small, but then the population begin for increase. Now so vessels turn around time they increase, so they get more vessels and now more cargoes. But then we don't use for do things one similar way. So trucking system, for example, we don't say still small. But then waiting with concessionaires and do now for me them provide more space for accommodate more. So in the last 7 years, we get FTL 2018-19, then do one new bat. We get NSBT just recently last year or so, then say don't do one bat. So we don't get 8 bats na the port. Before now it was 6 bats. And they don't also invest in huge source of equipment. RTGs and equipment for make sure say trade they tell we port authority nobody do anything. We vessel come it go take probably 2 months for pull 300 containers. Now 1,000 containers will come within 3-4 days. They don't pull them because of the investment in equipment, because they are very fast from ship to shore quick one. So investments have been made, but then locally then we'll get for increase on the productivity time. And one major source as we continue for emphasize is about trucking. But then one way that can be say now for also do this 24-hour workspace.
And
but then critical one-stop shop when they can the single window system. This is very, very key. Because most of all the complaints now is about you go from one party A, you get for go to party B, you get for go to party C. Different payments for just pull one container. So with the coming of the single window system, where I'm pretty sure before the year the end, it go don't begin or we don't get real near conclusion to that they go really almost end this issue of delay and congestion.
What is it with dry ports? I remember the last year we'll get the conversation and that there are 2 things. The vehicles them where old worthy prefer for go Guinea, care container go Guinea because they pay them more than doing town service naya. And the limited vehicle they did and they increase the price because then limited, like we don't say, the vehicle are not enough. And there is this issue about dry port. Then get for the travel out, take container. Now, is it at Hastings and Quay? There is another part
Hastings.
by yes. What's in this whole idea about dry ports and moving the container that distance from Klein Town to Hastings?
So all of this is one of the mechanisms that we don't put in place for actually address this issue of congestion. So we get huge numbers of containers we can count in at the port. So for example, for container where they export. So if they can occupy huge space at this port, it make sure the incoming cargo not go get even space for accommodate. So the issue of, for example, creating the Hastings facility, now for make sure that container there, they could be stored there. And they go only come at the port a day or 2 where they're bound for export. So the moment they come, they have been loaded onto the ship and for me them go. So these are all mechanisms that we don't bring in place for the congestion.
But now that portion they handle land.
So it's being run within the authority of ports, and then we know Arise now be also a concessionaire within the port authority confines where they deal with dry port. So these ones are then get direct control through we for manager one day. And if I one good thing again with the Hastings facility they can provide now weighing. So we get a lot of mineral companies where then they export their minerals through the port of Freetown like Rutile and the others. So what thing can happen when they carry the ports, when they carry the containers them, they come to the port from where they can weigh. Because for every export you get for weigh the container, because you know say the vessel getting weight to it for make every container gets a weight it forget. So before now the oil they can down the ports, that also they create congestion and they create traffic. Because they therefore come go through the weighing bridge, get their certificates, all that be they create problem. So what we don't do now? The Hastings facility, now they this weighing get for the happen now. So then go there, then do all and weigh there, you get certificate, everything. The moment you come to the port, now for load it onto the vessel. So these are all mechanisms we don't put in place for decongest. But like I say, it's gonna be an all-round effort.
Let me look at the one where they import goods, mostly importers of goods where they can at the market. Who pays that cost for the dry port, for transport the container to the dry port and transport them back, to the port?
So before now, whether dry port or not, if you the importer, you count your goods, you don't discharge them. You want for goods, and for example now Angola town, you want for me and go discharge your container. There is a fee where they pay to the transporter for take your goods to take your container there and for count and back to the port. So now it's about that same money. Now you they pay. You go, then go let you go to say you go. And
but
now,
it's not also you they go offload the good. You they, this now like if you offload the good, right? If you don't offload the good, you can't go na the ports directly.
Exactly.
For them reload them and care and go back.
Exactly.
But now after you don't offload the good, it goes to a dry port. From a dry port, you would they pay that
you
fee?
offload the good, you go to outside and you host if not host.
Yes,
then
you
go
offload
and they count another the dry port.
So who pays from the dry port?
So now so before now you are still paying. Before now you are still
paying.
paying.
Just one way. You pay
not
just
one way. The fee where you pay, now a compounded fee. It's both for
you don't increase. You don't get any increase because
the increase could be minimal, but also it has to do with decongesting the port. You know,
but I want to know who that cost the camper. You know, the issue of bringing a dry port because we don't get capacity in the port. We needed a dry port for decongest.
So to decongest the port and for me development come, it also comes with a cost. Development doesn't come just like that. It comes with a cost, you know, minimal cost. So that is being monitored to make sure the cost is so minimal.
What's the cost presently?
I'm not going to tell. That is not up my head now for tell because that is purely between the
but is it a fee that is
transporter
paid
and
to
the
the shipping agency directly or on the transporter no more the benefit? But what about the post where they provide the service at the dry port?
This is to the transporter.
Who the post where they provide the service at the dry port? Do they pay rent to that person as well?
That is between the shipping line and the service provider at the container holding center.
So it's more cost
on the shipping line directly, but like I say, all round. Development comes with a cost, and these costs are minimal that it not go create an overall effect. We go create problem because, for example, if that container holding center not be there now with the income, the influx of containers who they get, if all of them containers they get for go back to the port, then maybe we'll go be sit on top of containers the whole port go there.
Another thing for anyway for reclaim land at that area there.
It's all of us. We'll get a whole lot of squatters within the perimeter fence of the port and all of that. Those are usually, so these are all why development comes in. So and in every other port within the country, most countries they get what they call port development fees. These are fees for every container they come where they pay for make sure so the ports get them for expand on the space. And like I tell you, the port of Freetown is really very small. And with this kind of influx where they get, if we continue in the next 5 years, maybe it's going to be worse. Except that now, because of the measures that they put in place, we'll really try to minimize and mitigate the problems. But we need to develop the port more, for even create more bats and create more space for handle containers within the
Daniel, I want to ask about cost and freight and you know, we just talk about the dry ports. I know una they handle within the happen within the ports, right? But is there in any way with within the thing where they happen right now with having to move the container from Usa you go offload and can go na dry ports, transport and back, carry it at the port and una get for load them at the vessel for go out. It gets in any way, you know, cost way add, way go add to the fleet, way go increase clearing goods or even taking goods out again.
So I want to say there is no additional for me. And I believe say when they drop the container there, I think the shipping line they take responsibility for convey and back. And it's not the responsibility of the importer. They only say drop your container at this area for me. And it's like you can in other countries them. You know what I mean? Say where you take your container, you empty it, go drop them inside the terminal back. It's only Sierra Leone is unique, and with the kind of geographical space we'll get, we make everything is being done inside like one basket. And what in the SLPH they do right now with the Director General now for able for decentralize the activities, and so that we're able to get some results. Because as I rightly say, exports they can inside now the one shift and go easting. So before you, because all the mines they come up from up country. So before you approach the central business area, you go able London, you weighing, you don't done you scanning. Maybe they can choose say 12 o'clock night or 1 o'clock morning on a convey come inside terminal. When you come, you dey against the day traffic. And then they be very quiet. You can able to move 100 and 200 and you move on during the day. So these are things and strategies and what they try to see with the authorities them for see how best we can cushion out these things so for let things be good. And also for convey the empties, it's also with the shipping line. And then they convey them for meet the vessel. So if they expect the vessel they come, you want for load 400, it's up to them for convey that 400 day and for kind of the terminal for load.
Okay, let me listen to Rashid quickly. I've been get Rashid Container, when are the Secretary General for the Importers, Association. Himself been talk about some of the delays. So listen to him quickly. What's the cost of doing business presently in a salon? Is it something that is improving? It don't be easy for now for imports as business people and clear on our goods from the ports, and the price go reduce on people. We see inflation at some point come, to a single digit. We don't able to stabilize the exchange rate as well for a very long time now. Is it better now?
Thank you very much, Lamrana. Let me just establish the foundation first. I mean, businesses are the engine of growth in the country. Now, the major source of government revenue, if the businesses then collapse in this country today, tomorrow government they go bankrupt. And every country will want for develop, transform their economy, therefore focus on businesses. As it is at the moment, the private sector now one of the weakest sector in the country. It's extremely, extremely weak. Now, let's look at the business ranking itself. We don't go so low in the business ranking. The ports now a major source for government revenue. From the ports, now the government they gets most of the tax system wouldn't be used for transform this country and run the police, run the school system, healthcare, and everything. Now, in the last 6 months, Lamrana, taking a container out of the port go as high as 20 days for one container. I go give you my own example. I import 2 containers then for National Investment Board. The containers then come. But before, in fact, they reach, I shipped the container on the 26th of September. It not reached now, so till April. So you could just imagine, if one businessman in container, they take up to 5 months in Wataki, you don't run out of stock. You want to replenish your stock. You don't ever forget them. So you go see how businesses then they die quietly. And the reason itself, I go say, again, you get the Israel-America war, but some of it is man-made. Ship then they can Wataki, they're not able for dock. Then they come, then wait for up to a week, then go Liberia, then go offload, then come back, then go wait for 2-3 days, then not get space for dock na the port for letting get them container out. Some of them, if they're able for wait for a week, then go offload them container. If they're not able for wait, then they go Morocco, go Ibande, and then you need another ship for go take and pray and come.
You need to pay all that cost, eh?
Well, because of that cost, what did they do? Now them add extra $400 on top. Wouldn't they call congestion charge?
Were you the importer they pay?
Got nothing to do with you. Then when the container reach back the port, at one point in time, the container don't come 3 days and not even know say the container there. So by the time we they get access to the container itself, and then start the processing, we already don't get into the demurrage. But this problem itself, it is not just the increase in cost of clearing goods. Now the amount of demurrage what the shipping agency and Boloi they make in this country. Sometimes if them money then it happens say they go to the consolidated revenue in our governments, then you go get some consolation, say, you know what, this is not government money, this is our money, government go spend our money.
Mr. Let's just clarify. So where the container come, you're not aware. And the time where it is spend if you spend over time, you paying direct, then they charge you for pay the mortgage. What's the process where you continue container come? What for inform you say your container is here? How do you know that your container is here?
In fact, Salia will come to it. But let me tell you, you get from the 2025 Finance Act, the shipping agency for inform we 10 days before the container they arrive. Now they know they even tell we Now we not even know when the container can come. Sometimes the day when the container they come, now the day then they put the manifest up. And when they put the manifest up, now the day then they begin for go print. And then you get a queue. Say let's say 1,000 containers and come. You get 1,000 processes for go through. The place can so congest. If you go now the shipping agency there, please don't for them.
Who don't want respond? The congestion charge, money where they go to Bolore, direct, Abubakar, because una the charge, now una the charge congestion charge.
No.
Yeah.
So I just want to make we get for make the public understand. In any discipline we get we own jargons that we use, and we want for let not confuse, let them understand. The mortgage is specifically to the shipping line. And we were there also not to the shipping line. And we cannot answer for the shipping line, the mortgage. Any say the mortgage is to the shipping. But I see so Rashid make reference to Bolore when a Freetown terminal. And he say also we serve the charge plenty. But again, inside his own statement, he say the ship they come, not bad, a go, a come, a go, a come. Freetown terminal will never charge you when we not charge you container, we not put on down at the yard.
So that the charge congestion.
As I rightly say, it's not Freetown terminal. Maybe Ingwe for explain that better. But within the tariff and within the tariff agreed by the Act of Parliament and the SLPHA and the Ministry of Transport, all the government authorities, Freetown terminal not get the right for impose a fine without the authority or approval. So we cannot go ahead and proceed, say we go charge congestion charge where in nowhere. So no receipt, no invoice, no the way state congestion charge. We need to charge nothing like that.
And it's not possible, and not to me knowledge and understanding for me, vessels and come and they out for 5 months. That is not possible, and that's not.
But there is a vessel go come in able bath, then you get for go. And
just as you rightly mentioned, when you talk about difficulties, a vessel and come, and then there's a trucking issue. You need for day within the bath for 10-15 days, but then get for stay for maybe 20 days. Of course, a possible another vessel will come with that anchorage for a couple of days. But for 5 months, if vessel a day outside for 5 months, they will not for they get transit cargo. They get transit cargo because other countries they face such problem. So if we are facing such problem, we'll not for they get transit cargo. So that's going to be really clear. And then if your cargo come, then you don't know, then it tells a lot of things. It's either means probably even your BL. You not get your BL because your BL gets a number, a tracking with will track your vessel movement, your container movement from point A to point B, and they tell you. So it's surprising that your vessel will come, your container they go put on you as a consignee or you as an importer, you don't know. That is
somebody just say the message. It is say Freetown terminal they charge storage charge if container is not taken in 10 days.
But that is clear. That is a law.
But what if there is congestion? What if there is no vehicle? What if there is the
Lambrana? Yeah. This is not a situation. I tell you, say when they don't ready, they don't get any tickets. You don't come inside. If you don't get truck, how you want for blame me?
Yeah, but if the person said if the truck not available, like all the truck there is not so
Lambrana, I'll tell you something.
Because the reason why truck not there. I guess Rashidna and Salia the other day, we were talking about how people we get the truck, we get the vehicle, and there is this restriction now for roadworthy vehicles for carry container, where SLRS they enforce and the police. Also, the one the way they go Guinea, they prefer going to Guinea because they make more money than doing town service. So me don't clear me goods. I don't pay on all. But truck not there for clear them. So that charge they can to me, right?
So you want for Freetown time for absorb that charge?
No, but how do you converge? How do you understand that there is a challenge in the system presently? How do we not pass this pressure to the person with the imports? Because itself you go understand say just as not to your fault, itself not to your fault, right?
So waiting that happen, that is a law, and where the finance act they come every year, these are things they review. So based on the difficulties, the challenges, that's what they give you. Before now, it was not worked 10 days. Before now it was 3, it went to
yes,
4,
I remember it was only
went to
by
5.
Bashiru Siliki. Now one person we
Exactly.
advocate for that, and
Exactly.
he highlights the challenges.
So
wey
that is it.
cause all
So
that.
because of those challenges, it's been reviewed.
But the challenges are here again.
Yeah, but
Because I
that's
still not
right.
get the
Before
support
now,
of
I
salary
think last year it was 7 days or
Yeah.
so. This year they make them 10 days. But this is all for give the importer or the consignor ample time for clear. Mind you, we still emphasize clearance process not to 1 day. It has to be started prior even to the vessel they come at the bath. So that's why we don't talk about pre-clearance, clearance, and post-clearance. So if you really follow up, and mind you, they get 100 persons until you get 20 containers or clear. It means you have how many multiple payments to do. So if you not give yourself the time, if you not put yourself together, then you have difficulty. So and any one step you miss it means it becomes difficult to make you achieve on the other steps. So these are issues, like I say, it's compounded and it should not be.
In the instance side, we get this challenge now. There is this restriction about the kind of vehicle where they load container. We know so we don't get a lot of on-roadworthy vehicles to walk them. We don't cause accidents.
Exactly.
Una SLRSA, the police, and the other players them agree say no, not for allow certain vehicle. When they are short, una self they appeal to people and for come. Is there any way? Because then see always they happen. If somebody get for pay that fee, it come to the consumer back where they buy. Wake out and at the market, they add that price, it comes to the consumer.
Yeah. So the issue of storage charges, as I say, you not just stop with the consignee, and like we say, you still go for manage your time well. It's been reviewed periodically, and FCA they grant waivers. Many instances they grant waivers based on circumstances, and this not the thing for now one bulk charge fee. It actually the increment based on the number of days as they get along. We also get the opportunity, even if you don't miss out on your 10 days, you know, for make sure say you do within a time where your charge is not going to be too high. So those are things who they take on board. But then we also go for look at the monetary value and the gains who they make out of this. FTA is making a lot of monies and mark of gains. Every year get concession fees they pay. If they already perform their services there, then government will not have money.
So as at now, what's in our contribution to the consolidated revenue?
So every year concession fees we FTL pay is $5.2 million. They are about that is constant. That is concession fees they pay every year, and then government gets equity into FTL, 20% shares into FTL. In 2024, after they don't pay their 5.2 million, they pay another 4 million. Will not be the profit they make after tax, we then get to government. 2023, 2024, they pay 7 million. When profit they make, government decisions where they pay to go. And just last year, $8 million, 2025 and dividend they make $8 million. That is just from FTL. NSBT also gets, I think they pay about $400,000 or so in concession fees where they pay, and these are just fees that where they pay. You know, we talk about taxes and other measures that where they pay. So these are all contributions where they go into the government revenue fund. And then we also, like this year now, through the DG and the other players, we they embark on rehabilitation. For example, bats 3, 4, 5, and 6. These have been there since 1960 or thereabouts. There has never been a rehabilitation on those bats. And you go all the way to the talk, so it go be used. It go be counterproductive if any of them bad and they collapse. So $25 million we concessionaire don't give as sort of a loan, and they will don't get a concession agreement make. They don't give down. They follow rehabilitate bats 3, 4, 5, and 6. $25 million that is being given to the government.
What now direct as an entity, government agency and authority? What una they pay to government? What in our contribution to the consolidated revenue?
So the monies actually after they pay, those are monies we now get.
They contribute.
Yeah, those are our monies, because in fact in most other scenarios, these are monies where they pay to the who for that pay to government. So these are monies. So in fact, at the time we canvass that we need to get some of this money, because not only on them throughput fees and they will take care of the government is not subventing us in anything. So not only on them throughput fees that we have to talk earlier, who they get on container, and also on them marine charges and they now they take care. And mind you, Port Authority through the DG Nyakuba Bio, maybe if not the most, one of the most employers of most Sierra Leoneans in this country. We have over 700 employees. And all of those monies now through throughput and marine charges that they get them or they pay. So just some 2 years back now, we don't make sure the government is going now 35% of concession fees where they get.
Okay, the
so
money with them players
that they pay.
Government they
and
now.
Yes, and then with that now we want to do we administrative building. If you go down at the port, you go agree with me, say the same old colonial building where they be get as admin building 1930 they would use. And in fact, this is one we also want for the congested port. We need to get out of that building. So they try to do a building outside where everything on there in place now. The DG don't get a conversation with the prospective bidder, and maybe a couple of months from now that process will go start.
Okay.
So that also now will for contribute to money them concession fees and they will collect.
Okay.
Also, just a couple of days ago, the DG signed agreement for access control. Because most of the internet also go for those access control, how people they access the port. The port now is a secured place. It's not necessarily any riffraff can just get in for do business. So also want to make sure say people where they go, the vehicles there where they interface with the port, there is a proper security measures in place. So they also try to can develop access control where I'm sure will also go in a way for minimize some of them congestion issues they are already face.
Let me get some understanding. There's the elephant in the room where now the several reports about the port being used for transport drugs and all of that. Una they handle bulk, right? The export of goods, right?
Yes.
Now they handle that.
Bulk and break bulk.
Bulk and break bulk. Which are the break bulk?
Bulk, if they can like guys where they kind of loose form.
Okay.
Now, but break bulk, like when it in a bag. You know, like for example, sugar where
they already packaged and come.
Even for export, they get some small bags that in a 1 ton. These are all break bulk. Yeah.
Okay. So what's in the process of exporting goods from Salone? What's in our involvement in that?
A lot of factors and they look into before ever we go into the export force. Before ever they handle any export cargo. Like we need to deal with container. We have vessel we deal with. So we get a meeting ground. We na like the batting meeting. We na they inform the agent. They announce in vessel. They inform all authorities them where it's being chaired by ports. Say they expect so vessel for come. And based on that, if they allocate the vessel to we NSBT, then we representative they come and give it the update. Say so vessel they announce them, and then they can one of who bat them because we get 3 bat. So when we don't get that information, the next one now we they contact the agents back for they furnish with the information of that vessel and what they can export, the commodity they can export. Then we get a lot of things the way we they look into. We get the manifest, the storage plan, and the vessel details. Then we get an integrated system where we upload with the plan that particular vessel.
But una they know what's in the person why export.
Yeah, of course. They tell you the description of what you are export.
Una they handle scanning. Then continue. Then think goods and then they scan them before they go to una.
I don't know about scanning. We as bulk.
But una they expect say that should be the process, right?
Well, in some case maybe yes, but I don't know about scanning.
Okay.
So I don't know how they go about it. But we they handle the cargo when they come to we.
But now waiting the person tell una no more now una they aware una they verify say this person say now this day inside this container and we are exporting it. How una they verify or no say yes this is what is in the container and this now what you declare.
Okay. What you tell we say one declare first when we look at the content which you want declare we go back to the document because you know just can't tell you say I want export pen. Then the document where you go out, you go show in a book. No. The document where you count, they make you bill of lading first. Then at the same time, before we they charge that cargo day, we forget release for that cargo day, custom release. So show say what you manifest, now you the export. Before ever we as terminal operator they handle the cargo. So if what you manifest, it different to the release where you get, then automatically we're not getting no answer for doing it.
So I understand that, but what's in they ask, how are they verified apart from documentation? It's just not through the document no more they verify.
Physical verification there. Because most of the cargo they export, they get access to it, they play with it, they in a seal. Like for example, now a loose cargo.
Okay.
A loose. If you there in a like 1 ton bag, you get access for see what they inside, exactly what they export, what they load. And when they handle that with the spreader, seal for make say you don't know what they inside. For example, if they export, now we say like rice, then put it in a 1 ton bag. That top of the bag is loose, so we they get access to that. We they see.
So recently there was this report of Pamine we exported from Salone. ONS confirmed that. Say yes, they export Pamine to Salone. Una aware of that? Una they get documents of that? Una know that they do the export then they?
I don't know. I'm not aware of Pamine exports.
Okay.
Yes.
You're not aware of. There was a vessel recently where ONS confirmed that. Martin, you're aware, right? So ONS confirmed in the investigation. Say there was a vessel where exports Pamine
or palm kernel?
Palm kernel, yes,
So-
but yeah, palm kernel.
The vessel where you talk about, yes, now we handle them, NSBT. Then a palm kernel we export.
And that day now on a document.
Now in there now document and now itself we export because the cargo itself, I know who say they try for land, but let make it easy for you. The cargo where they talk about on a palm kernel shell, now cargo where be say, you can see them all over because when they encounter with the trucks, even when they load them in its way, some of the bags that they weak, some of them are recycling bags them. So when you put them at the spreader, then you load them at the vessel, then within the lifts where they lift for load them, they see where they scatter. So yes, we export palm kernel, we in 1,150 metric ton, and the document is palm kernel. The storage plan is palm kernel and the custom release is palm kernel. And also, whenever we export any cargo or we discharge any cargo, we get a daily time sheet where we do. This daily time sheet it is signed and stamped by the chief officer of the vessel or the captain, 1/2.
Okay.
For sure and confirm what he load. If not, he need to load them. Because the parties them for agree, Nectar as terminal operator for agree to what he load. And the receiving cyber corner, the captain, if we accept say yes, now this allowed. So this time sheet here, now in we have they use for we own record keeping.
Okay.
Yes.
Daniel, I go ask you the same question. In terms of container handling, I'm sure una the export container, una the handle container the way then they export, right?
Exactly.
As well. Does it go through a scanning process or una not involved in that at all?
It does go to a scanning process.
Okay. Who handles that?
ITS. So, like Abedon say, before coming, we are beginning to give you the rundown of concessionaires and people that provide direct service at the port. And in scanning, now ITS, now integrated trade services.
Okay.
So they are responsible for scan all containerized cargo, import, export. So once they go into a containerized cargo, they go through scanning. For loose cargoes and all other things, even containerized cargo, customs can always inspect and provide and release. So once that release there from customs, they don't show, so they don't inspect this cargo, you have then declare, and then they get that release there, we NSBT and we also have sports they rely on now. Because, for example, if customs don't provide a customs release for a particular vessel for go, we cannot send our pilot on board that vessel for sail them out.
And
because for all vessels now they sail them out through a pilot. If we don't have that customs release from customs, we can't.
And if a container not go through scanning, it will not be allowed to.
It won't go out. And I can tell you, the scanner now for also ensure say if you declare now say now this day inside, you now the export. Or now the import, with a scanner, that is what they should see. If they see anything foreign or anything on a column, it will be set aside for 100% inspection. And through that, they just forgive background from import. We don't apprehend a whole lot of containers there. Over
I think we don't do a lot on
so.
that. I think the area where they get a situation now is about vessel where they come out, container will come out, then we get reports say yes.
So
it's
and that is where also it comes in the international which we call announced law of the sea or international maritime generally. Avian at the high seas is not owned by anybody at the high seas. So it's possible, just playing the devil's advocate, you can load something from point A here, then before it gets to point B, something's happened here in between, within the high seas. But then what it's in which always you as the loading port can rely on is your document. Within you say you declare you load, which you receive. Is that what you signed off for? If those are the things, so those are the documents. And as a port, we rely on intelligence gathering, intelligence sharing. So, for example, if a port left full without any other column, then there's nothing suspicious, there's nothing we can report on. But if you the receiving port, you get something suspicious and then we rely on you giving us that intelligence, sharing us that information, and then we can do double checks. But we rely on intelligence sharing, and some of them apprehension and they wouldn't hold from them ports and from them drug containers and they don't come, and because of intelligence who they get.
Okay.
So even as I talk to you currently, there are I think 5 containers already we don't set aside for further examination.
Okay.
And in most of the cases, containers we don't come out from India, from China, from UK, from US and other South American countries, Netherlands, within Europe. These are containers who don't get things in there. But we are not saying Netherlands or UK you classify as narco state or Nairi but that is where they are coming from.
So
and that is where it's been declared coming
play
from.
as landlord in Dentia, because we all agree this news of them things here. No, there is an instance of the vessel who they talk about recently. ONS in the report say the registration of the vessel, they don't even know who that registered the vessel. Any vessel they can at the port and don't know the registration of how they get track of how they know that get some or that they export them goods and they.
So, for get you clear, when vessels call at the port, there is always, we don't deal directly with the vessels, the vessel always has an agent. So the agents declare, say, vessel A, they come, if they come for can load this, or not this, they come with. So we'll deal with that agent. So, of course,
must be a registered agent, right?
Of course. For all vessels where they come, there is an agent within where they say register with you for insurance. Say, I'm a shipping agent and I did into shipping business. So that is the third party we deal with. So he makes declaration of the vessel coming in, waiting they come for or waiting they take out. So we rely on them, and that is they who are the persons we deal with. So every anything go wrong with that port, with that vessel every day at anchor at the bat or anchorage, we deal directly or talk directly to that agent.
Okay. I ask again, you know, them situation they are waiting at the role where the ports they play for puts more measures, because these are things that could happen. People can take advantage of situation. Waiting at the security measures then where una they put in place for, you know, ensure say una gets more people them way go enforce whatever needs for be enforced, but as well address some of the news them or concerns them where they go out there.
So as a port, we'll not ever they downplay any information we get, whether informed formally or not. We don't get reports. There's another time the Nigerian issue, we are never reach out formally, but we'll make measures, we investigate and bring out your own statement. So whether we are reach out formally or not, we always put measures in place. And at the port, we get different players. There is ONS there is C Corp, there is immigration. Other than parties there, they for ensure say there is heightened security and make sure say everything is in place. And I think one of the measures are also don't put in place now that in all of them parties there, CCTV is very, very important for make sure say within that your own sphere, within that your own administrative setup, within that your area where they perform a role, there is intense CCTV for make sure say everything that is happening within your area is well captured and recorded for security purposes. So we at the port, as a port authority, we sit in the middle of this whole port ecosystem for make sure so we coordinate. So if there is any intelligence, we get rely on the necessary party and we communicate and make sure say we bring them. So then make even in all the apprehending containers there, or they make sure say all of them parties they are available. We all the day and do joint inspection. Because with that, every party becomes involved, every party becomes responsible and own up to the process.
In this instance of this pump canal, this vessel with pump canal, who are the all responsible in them instance and day we say there's a vessel we come out here with pump canal and then go there's reports that they find drugs in and ONS come and say, yeah, we know this company wasn't registered, we still investigate. Who that's not the role responsible?
So as you see, then still investigate. It's a national investigation in place. We cannot hold anybody responsible because, as I said, there is nothing that has gone wrong on our own side. Okay. Because all processes we have followed. All documents are there. Like we said, NSBT and then directly deal with our vessel. All processes you have followed. If there are any processes we not followed, and then it creates room for suspicion. Okay. You know, but like I say, the investigation is still live. We still rely on anything new that will come up. We will probably provide or reveal more information. But as it is and as it is currently, there has not been any wrongdoing on the side. On our own side, we for give credence.
But the ports know that exports that goods, right?
Yes, of course. For every goods, there is somebody who the export.
Okay. So, yeah. I was surprised ONS not even mentioned the person or the company who do the export there. And I've been asking that question. I'm sure
when you say the ports know all the export they go like the NSBT say, for every goods coming to the port, there is an agent and there is somebody who say they go take the goods from and come. So as to who that do or who not done, that is not for the port to come to this one. We as a port, we are not in all of, we are not deal with
this that the agents were responsible for the export of this good.
For the vessel.
For the vessel.
We know the vessel, the agent of the vessel.
Okay.
We know the agent of the vessel.
That is not
That is not for us to tell who are the owner of those goods.
Okay.
And then BT, like I said, there's
what about the declaration where you've been to talk about of the goods?
If I can go back, now just go back small with CSA. Now controls day in at the port. We have plenty control measures. We are in if sometimes you bring your cargo, maybe a loss or a get shortage, all the operational areas them get a CCTV where as any time you can go through the footage and see all the activities that will happen. The said vessel, I don't want to dive into too much because a day under investigation of the highest technocrat, the security measures, the way they are the professionals, in a way then they try for still get for out information to the public, like how they don't begin to, they don't pull a press release. So I don't want to go further on that. And all what I can tell you, NSBT handle the vessel, a dock number 2, and we export palm kernel shell.
Know that do the exports?
Of course, the vessel they just.
But that is what I'm asking. They know that they do. Who they do the declaration? I ask that question first. Is it the agent or is it the exporter?
The agent they do the declaration.
Okay.
Of the commodity we want export, and it furnish with the information what we need for your record. You know, like the custom release. Because let me be clear here. No cargo not the way they export when they get custom release. And in that cargo where we export that the palm kernel, now physical inspection we they do.
Okay.
Where you yourself can come in the CM. And if you look at how we handle them, with the labor guys that we handle them, the cargo get access to everybody so far within that premises.
Okay, we need to conclude this conversation. I'll get some questions. I will read them quickly. But quickly, Daniel, I will ask you this. Una not they load any container for go out without going through scanning, right?
For export. No.
For export.
No.
And that's not part of the wish list?
SOP.
No, SOP.
It's a rule.
Okay.
So when container come, as a operator, it comes sealed. We assume it's sent to contain. That's it. You go through scanning, we get a true copy or a certified copy from customs. Say all of these have been checked and clear as CSA, and it allow for load. And the information they come from the shipping line, send them to we, and we prepare our system for load. So we not get nothing for do with content inside. They can't seal. We need a C, no nothing. We not blare. We load the ace, bam, 20 feet, 40 feet. We load that inside.
Okay, let's take few comments or questions. I'll look for question actually. This one say the SLPA should look at acquiring a piece of land to handle empty containers. Another one say there were plans to extend the port land area towards the Savage Square end. This will provide adequate container and vehicle transit area and the avoidance of congestion at the loading and unloading areas. Another one say, are there any plans for the extension of the ports? Because from the look of things, the coastline from the Quay onto Quay should be seriously taken into consideration. Keeping vessels at anchorage is as a result of congestion. The size of the ports compared to the increased volume is another cause of congestion and more cost on importers. Port should go into 24/7 operations. I think Daryl Long talk about that. Customs should play their own part in clearance. Sometimes you go to the offices, their staff are not in the office. They only come to work after 10 a.m. and that is causing delay. You can't understand why Port Authority workers can start working a 2-shift system. Somebody they say why una staff they no go start for work a 2-shift system. They say 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and second shift 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. There have been several PPP proposals for port extension since 2015. The problem is consistency and the need for regular review of port capacity, including logistics and entry and exit of goods and services. They take 2 more. Why can't they just do it online? Whereas you do all the payments online and they will send you a payment confirmation code. You'll just use the code to collect your container instead of going from one office to another. Daryl, please explain why should I pay demurrage fee or delay fee when I am not the reason for the delay? There is no vehicle to clear my goods. Una they push too much pressure on people. In the UK, we used to have chief, but now we have a new system called CDS. When I receive my arrival notice, I log on CNS to claim my cargo. If the vessel arrives at Southampton or London Gateway and destination 8, if the vessel arrives at Liverpool or Felixshire, somebody they share your experience. This conversation will continue because we get the transporters and say everyone contributes to this conversation, but we not get time. We get to other guests to the wait. Yeah, maybe you go just want respond to some of them things. Then somebody say, like just read this message. Somebody say he send. Go they say. I look for some of the question them.
Okay, so 24/7 operations, like we say, we operate the shift system. So like we say, we dey at the tail end of the clearance process. So if you go to our operations department, you get always people there 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock and late for issue out exit note. So people everyone clear and goes and they want for exit the container the port. So it is always here. Land reclamation, extension of the port, these are all active issues they want to look at, especially around the Savage Square area. Like I said, the port's tight, and I'm a safe bay as a port administrative staff want to go out of the port to create room for more system. Single windows would already mention that one day, so that you just need to sit down at the comfort of your host and do all of your process. But even if we get single windows, if we still not get trucks, it still becomes a problem. Okay. Because it means you go do everything online, you don't clear everything, but then truck because down the single window no go can say nothing to take the loading.
So the importers have go complain.
So that's
the custom go
go so that's why like we say we still use the opportunity for calling investors for invest in trucking. It's a serious issue, and I think it's not a bad measure. So we need people here for invest into trucking for ensure say there is a quick and faster way for exit to goods out of the port. Okay,
Daryl, I think there are comments about the delay.
Yes, comments regarding say enable for load why at the charger.
Yeah,
and there is a gap in communication. As I say, we get stakeholders meeting. We SLPHA initiate where we meet with these brokers there. So we make it clear. We say during this process here. So if you come, we never for deliver your container, we never for send your container. Report. When you report, we go waive that day for you.
Okay.
Until we get them. But there is a gap. The managers then they go meeting. This information is not reaching the food soldiers. The food soldiers we on the ground now aware of this, and they are the ones like saying FTS. So sometimes when economy officer say we get a process, and we not get any problem for waive off you once you report. That means you don't show your willingness for can't take your box, but we are not able to load you. We go waive off for you, and this is a tradition. It's not something because of congestion. As CSA, we normally give concession to people and for understanding situation and everything. And some of the concern, you just imagine if everybody say me people die and I make a name for climate container, salon for the empty.
Yeah.
If you check the number of volumes so don't bring in this country, on man they say my brother die, my auntie die, do you help me for like reduce this country for the empty. But we still need to look down them, we still the understanding needs and meet them at them point.
As we close, how do we make this system better? What's in the redress mechanism in case people don't get concerned, in case people want to understand the system better, of clearing goods or bringing in them container and waiting on the handle?
So we don't sit down with the Director General and we don't set up a plan and an SOP. We just need everybody for respect and for be true to themselves. And I believe, say, on this platform, before they say we go parliament, we go so, law make sure so we utilize the powers of the SLPHA and we sit down there for fix this one. We cannot come outside the point finger and everything way. All of we go say we get a little bit of responsibility for change the picture of how the port look today. We cannot point fingers on anybody, but if we all put our shoulder to the wheel, I believe so we could get a brighter Sierra Leone and a good process for live with.
Abubakar, waiting on ourselves they do for make the process better, the system better, because you know when costs go high and there are delays, it comes back to the consumers, the people out there.
Exactly. Yeah. I believe over the past years we are efficient as the constraint we get at hand. My last message, I just a plea to the transporters, them let them, they don't try, they don't serve we over these past years, let them continue for make them trucks them and let them make sure say them trucks become roadworthy and let we able fast track and try for eliminate the delays then at the port, because the more we get them quick, now the more we will get a quick turnaround and at the tail the increase in the productivity at the port. Yeah.
CS?
Yes, so we as a port, we challenge over the period. Now for law we engage the public, for law we tell them what to do and what to not do. Of course, because at the work now port, often and again, they get calls, say, but me continue don't come and help me. So these are misinformation we will try for resolve, and then I think with this engagement with the public, we will make the public clearly understand as to how the ports system they work and other than they do waiting, other than they do waiting, and also for highlight the challenges. It's not perfect. We get challenges them, but they try for highlight and challenges in them, and call on the public for us see how we resolve them. And we'll continue for engage the public, and I also want for use opportunity for say thank you to you for good this platform. We'll continue for engage. The port they do well. They can tell you waiting try to be the happen is not happening. Try to they get 2 months to make ship offload. Now it's a matter of days. The port they expand. Will they make more money for government? There are challenges, there are hiccups, but we are doing well. And this management under Yankuba Bio is doing extremely well for make sure so we improve on the efficiency and create the enabling environment for make every importer gets a clear platform for clear their goals at the port of Freetown.
Well, thank you so much, Martin. Thanks, Abubakar, and thanks, Dariel, for joining us this morning. And thanks to all our viewers and listeners. This conversation going to continue. I think say it's important we get them within because people will only raise concern if they get challenged with the system. And there are people genuinely where they ship somebody just they say a ship February in goods, you only get them in June. You know, it take like how many months? It gets a shipper, and the shipper they complain to and say there are delays. So they go everywhere. But the more people and get information of what's in they happen, the more they understand. You know, and it's important. You know, the public service institution they have for communicate to the public and understand, accept the challenges and explain what's in they do for addressing challenges. Sure. But thank you so much. We get the transporters and say we want to talk. We go for fence and forget the Naya because then they push the blame and you know everybody want clear in it. We will continue this conversation because it's important. The port now one of the side and way government they get a lot of revenue for run the country. So it's important. Now place where for work well. You know, and a place where they represent we. If bad thing then the commodity they go out, it makes us look bad too. Yeah. You know. But so they take a quick break, we can talk to our next guest. Continue for stay with me.
This is Yvonne Akisoyer, Mayor of Freetown, and I come for tell the residents of Freetown, Freetonians, dirty must go. So waiting we do about that. We will not pass that new bylaw. We mean say everybody for register with the approved service provider. If you don't know you own, then you for dial 8244 or go to the FCC website for find out. For call them, let them come and register you. Payment will be done using an app, online payment, cash business not a day again. If you want a bin or a bag, you will able to get them from your service provider, where they all now don't customize and make them standard. But if you want to use what you get, then they said, all right, we want to let everybody member say, this na law. And because now law, FCC don't sign MOU with the Sierra Leone police. Now then serve the EPRI for enforce. Not give you dirty to then push for body with the ala clean salon. Freetonians, let everybody register with an FCC approved waste service provider. Let we work together for ensure say dirty must go.
In life's most difficult moment, you only deserve that key partner that shares their compassion. Be there for all that is necessary, providing dignity and respect. The Freetown Funeral Services is that trusted partner. At Freetown Funeral Services, we provide professional and dignified funeral support, from mortuary care, casket choice, house hire, to chapel facility, booklet design and printing, floral arrangements, and more. Allow Freetown Funeral Services stand with you when it matters most. At Freetown Funeral Services, we are committed to helping families honor and celebrate cherished family members. Call us now on 080 or 072 667722 or email freetownfuneralservices@gmail.com, or better still, visit us at Crossroad Ascension Town Cemetery. Freetown Funeral Services, compassion in every moment, care in every detail.
Today, I will speak on behalf of His Excellency the President. I am truly deeply honored to join you in commemorating the United Nations Public Service Day, a day set aside globally to recognize the invaluable contribution of public servants and to reaffirm the central role of public institutions in promoting sustainable development and improving the lives of citizens. This occasion is particularly significant because for the first time in our nation's history, we are formally recognizing and honoring distinguished retired and serving public servants whose dedication, professionalism, sacrifice, and commitment have contributed immensely to nation building. It is the first time we are celebrating this World Public Service Day since it was set aside and established by the UN in 2002. To all the award recipients and to all civil servants and public servants, I extend the gratitude of our President, our government, our children, and our nation, and want to congratulate each and every one of you for your service. Ladies and gentlemen, when His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio campaigned on his second term for presidency in 2023, he made a solemn commitment to transform and modernize the governance architecture of Sierra Leone. He recognized then, as the visionary that he is, as we do now, that no nation can achieve sustainable development without a capable, professional, and responsive public service. It is for this reason that the revamping of public service through its entire architecture occupies a central place in our national transformational agenda. This reform is captured as one of the 5 big pillars of the Big 5 game changers in our medium-term National Development Plan 2024 to 2030. To make this reform work and have the strong political will and backing, the President established the Ministry of Public Administration and Political Affairs and the Ministry of Communication, Technology and Innovation, charged with the mandates to provide the political and strategic leadership for the reform of the public service. Today, on behalf of His Excellency, I'm pleased to announce that the Public Service Bill has been drafted and nationwide consultations are currently underway to ensure that all sectors and stakeholders contribute to the development of this landmark legislation. Furthermore, the site development plan has been completed, and I commend the Ministry of Land, Housing and Country Planning for allocating 100 acres of land for the construction of a public service academy campus. On behalf of His Excellency the President again, I do have the singular honor and privilege to formally announce that the Civil Service Training College shall henceforth be known as the Public Service Academy. I'm therefore also pleased to announce that the development and institutionalization of a standalone code of conduct for ministers and political office holders is underway.
Welcome back. This is the Truth Morning Devotion. That now the Chief Minister, Dr. David Moynihan Asenge, been the talk na the Public Service Day event. The final day was yesterday. They been present, awards them to deserving public servants, people who don't serve na the public service. And one person was the man with the Oakland State House for a very long time, and you see how he was smiling, accept the awards, and that's about it. Like I can say, we get very good people who they work now public service. We get people who in our politics, we are very good people. We get people where they play their own part for make this country go before. It's challenging, it's difficult. There might be few, they might be in their minority, but they're playing their own part, and we serve the help for recognize them and thank them for their service to this country. We can continue the conversation. We can talk about politics somehow and the diaspora. So this morning, I get the pleasure for welcome a very good friend, big brother, and somebody we get a very good relationship with Adams Bangura. When I've been the former youth leader na APC and APC UK branch and aspirant for the Diaspora 6th region chairmanship position. Good morning, Adams, and welcome.
Good morning, Lamrana. Good morning, Truth Media.
Yeah.
Well, firstly, make I just say how beautiful the studio is.
Thank you.
You've done significantly well for a young man. And I still remember those years.
Yeah.
Is it Mama Street?
Street, yes.
Where were you in there now? Star TV and all that. And then here we are, only on all platforms.
Yeah.
You can't ask for more for a young
you.
person. This is beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you for the support as well. But I read you letter recently, open letter to His Excellency the President, asking for a clemency. We started, we can't talk about the diaspora, but to myself I say Adams is someone who caused good trouble. Because I can recall some time ago, it was in McKinney, right?
Yeah.
Usai, you raised, was it in McKinney or Podloko, but it was at one of the APC event where you advised the former president never talk about third term, in presidency. It was, I think it was a statement you make. But that also stirred a lot of debates about, who is this guy? Where is he from? Why is he making this statement? And recently, this other letter where you pull, don't get a lot of reaction. People and everybody get their own way, then they interpret them. But from whose side then they come up from? Because in your statement you say, at this time of grief, where una party lost una chairman, and the former president, a very close friend to him, very close person, it will be good to have him here. He gets clemency, come back and be part of the funeral. But that didn't happen. But whose side then they come up from?
Well, thank you, Lamrana, for that question and the historical part of it, where you ask. Actually, it was an open letter back then, where I've been write to former President Ernest Bai Koroma. I was compelled at the time, as a Sierra Leonean, a young person, for say the nature of our national politics has got to change. And that just because you're APC or SPP, that you should not be seen to be advising your president or calling for the right thing to be done. So there was this call into President Ernest Bai Koroma in second term. People were calling for more time after you, na you.
Yeah.
And I saw it as a distraction. For say, we cannot in good conscience sit as members of the APC party and say, no, make other people and do this thing without raising our own concern. So I wrote that letter, genuinely advising the president. I say, those making that call do not mean well for him and Sierra Leone. And what their concern should be as to how they should protect President Koroma's legacy. Because Sierra Leone will remember him by his legacy. Because in the end, God forbid, if that call were to be made by him, if anything happened, none of those people will be there to stand by him. So, it was a good call. Like you say, it caused a good trouble.
Yeah.
That's make, when I came to the conference, and I also spoke at the youth conference at the time in McKinney.
Yeah.
And after the conference, before the conference, someone say, enough for talk. But by the time I don't talk at the conference, right in front of President Koroma, I ended up for becoming the best speaker in the conference. So President Nkrumah, in responses, every response was tailored to my presentation at the conference. And he saw the need for it. So it did not budge. He said, no, not distraction. And then coming out to the letter we ask, I have read a couple of people that say, why would you use the word clemency and all that? Because he had not been found guilty.
Yeah.
And I agree. He had not been found guilty. Yes, I get that. But ideally, clemency does not always connote the guilt. For saying a past they found somebody guilty and all that. What in me be they try for call for, and for us His Excellency the President, Dr. Julius Maada, for say, Papa, you're not father of nation. You don't lead the nation into a national mourning that the APC has lost its national chairman. And if you make this call, it also means that this person, wanna be immediate predecessor, has a very good relationship with this person who don't die. And nationally, this person was your immediate predecessor. At party level, this person had been the immediate predecessor to the man who don't die. And going back into that historic relationship, this person ideally supposed for the at this funeral for main FP in last respect, because that would have been the late man's wish. So, and then you look at the tension within the country. Every county has a moment where they bring una come together.
Yeah.
So this was that moment where say, Pa, use your good office. You can instruct your attorney general on the, and then the state. Because now the state bring charges for make them drop the charges against former President Ernest Bai Koroma, make Ikan Foka attend this funeral. So I get the call, I get the charges and all the way people try for say so many things and all, but in the end, people within our party, so in the opposition, they supported the call. Surprisingly, even a very senior member of a party, Koto IB, where we can call Koto IB Kanu, at the civic lane ceremony, it said there is a call that former President Ernest Koroma ought to be here to witness this burial. He said, I hear people they say so many things. He said, but me, I support that call wholeheartedly. And so too, the spokesman for the party, when I see the Aya Tunis, every other person, unless somebody will think, say, one from XLO move on, that they will get a contra review. Now we can talk about the fact about it later. I get that, but Serena's got to move on.
And you attend the funeral, and I see after the funeral, you write this article. When politics does not stand in the way, Leone wins. And now this begging, we see how, one of the things I could say is you're a member of the opposition, but I see even on social media, even now we close group play all day. You have a very good relationship with people in government, and you've been get very good relationship with them when they've been there in opposition. Then, and you continuously on the call for this thing about how even with differences, even in una within a politics, una get una disagreements una go get, but we are one people. Waiting this funeral, we see the president attend, the first lady attend, the chairman of the SLPP even give tributes, and the chief minister was there. What's in this meaning in bringing us together? How do we go beyond just symbolizing this during funeral, but show the people that even in a disagreement, we have a country that brings us together?
So basically, that op-ed that I did, again, when within the parliament, Lama, if you see the camaraderie, the relationship between opposition members and then members of the ruling government, and then you ask yourself, say, where is the missing link as to why we should not be seen working together as a country? And that missing link is politics. Nothing other than that. I have a very good relationship with, very senior people in government. For me, I always say that I have a relationship with you does not mean I should not disagree with you professionally. Have a good relationship, including Her Excellency the First Lady. She's a very good sister, even before she met the president. So we did talk, and back in the day, then you look at these things, say, as young people, can we come together? I am a member of the Renaissance movement. We began this movement. It was premised on one concept, that You can be SLPP, APC, non-partisan and all that. Let us have like-minded Sierra Leoneans coming together. When we begin to talk on national issues, say, listen, I am not going to compromise you because you are SLPP, or that means I don't forget relationship with you. I have kept my relationship private with my friends, and I respect them. But when it comes to national issue where I disagree with them, I don't make them public. What I will not do is to disrespect any of my friends simply because I disagree with them. That for me is a red line that I will never cross. So somebody can say, oh, he's so this to that and all that.
You see, too lenient, to
and that's what the problem is. It's not about leniency. It's about principle. It's about principle. Sometimes one I can disagree, hey, you man, they disagree, so what's in the upper? I say, no, listen. They are my friends. We do hang out, we do talk and all that. I said, when we meet up in the parliament, if you say the hug, whether if from the legislative arm, those are the executive, like kind of love and all that. That's all the title itself. So
but how do we symbolize this beyond just when it's funeral? How do we show that we have a country, we have two main political parties, they're in parliament and then they run this country somehow, and they disagree, but there's a common ground. There is something that they show, say, Sierra Leoneans, we can still be together irrespective of we differences.
The call has got to be made right from the very top of leadership. As we saw in Parliament and also at the civic laying ceremony. Leadership counts for everything. When the two leaders then, when did they give them tribute? Did they pay compliments to each other? That don't tell you, say, we can work together if we all decide, say, more we try for depersonalize this politics. Let our conversation be driven on policy. When I live in the UK, when you see the Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition, now the dispatch box, but when they argue, it's like say they can't blow themselves, But after that, you see them hand and glove, what did they match? When there is state opening of the Houses of Parliament, when the King or the Queen, they go there, they walk man, one-on-one. Prime Minister and the opposition, and then you see opposition members in the opposition government with their counterparts in government. That's what they do work go. That don't tell you, say, yes, politics is there, but their national interest supersedes everything else. And this is where our challenge is nationally as a country. We are divided. I get that by tribes, by region and all that, but we can rise above that if we leaders then genuinely mean well for make we country move forward.
But with the married, with the worship together, with the worship, we get religious tolerance, we get people who are intermarried from the opposition to and now we come to politics somehow. This whole thing about politics now they get this disagreement. And how couldn't we, add, say, okay, they can't religious tolerance okay. So we not see God. We just believe it fit or go worship him. But we get a country with a see we safe. Why can't we accept each other? We can disagree and accept and move on for the good of the country.
Well, again, Lama, it speaks to the insincerity of us as politicians. That's now we self not the problem. Now we they cause the divide for the country. Because if, like you say, we can marry from each other, intermarriages, and then you talk about religion, so then why in God's name we cannot come together as a country? Because agreed. Somebody thinks the national cake if for only benefit certain set of people. We will die for be we no more. The next man then not forget to vote for come in. And I think we problem there. Agreed.
Whose role the diaspora they play in this? Me you don't get a conversation. I can say, with diaspora this thing, it should go beyond remittance and join in politics somehow. Presently, the amendment bill in Parliament to talk about allowing people in the diaspora for serve as members of Parliament, whether they go serve as ministers. We don't get a situation. I think we are affected the issue of Tusim, but how not picking them on at the bony and are able freely and come and say they can join politics, they can represent. How could the diaspora converge and start? Because sometimes when you watch with social media, they think then people are then at the same community, then don't leave their country, then they go all school, but are so then divided and get confusion amongst themselves.
Right. Like you made mention of the Tusim issue, I was affected not because I had a dual citizenship.
Okay.
I was affected because it is of the assumption that anybody who come out diaspora, he gets a foreign passport. Deliberately, I refuse not to take a citizenship from the UK because I always get this belief, and the one for me, the deputy leader of government business, the Hamburg me meeting in Parliament. You know, Honorable Bash, it's about party need for try can. I contested for represent me people in a constituency 118. Came first at the interview and all that, and then somehow these two same business camp do not even decide for make them check properly who is the two-seamer and who is not. Then just assume say every other person will come na two-seamer. That was how I was technically knocked off. Now when the process done now, people can begin see evidence and fact that it's and say, oh, what a mistake that we have made. Now, talking about remittances, politics, how we go beyond that. And then the constitutional amendment for allow diasporans for vote, for be represented in the parliament and being made ministers. So firstly, when we look at remittances on its own, the 2026 IMF remittances figures for Sierra Leone stands between $297 million to 322, and this is not the recorded one. Unrecorded one.
So that man they give my money.
Thank you very much.
The
unrecorded one they ranges between 222 to 500 million. So that don't tell you how much more where we stand for again. Now, can we do better for ensure say we get more from the diasporans? Yes, we can, because this practice in Ghana very recently. I was in a conference with the president of Ghana, President Mahama. He came na Chatham House. I am a member of Chatham House. So he came to Chatham House, and then he did talk about the Ghana reset. He said when he, because I mean you and I, you follow global politics and economics. The Ghanaian economy was on a downward slope. When Mahama came, he get what he bring. He said the Ghana reset, and part of that Ghana reset policies was targeted at diasporans. Then Ghana was making about 1 billion, 2 billion in terms of remittances. Now Ghana they record well over $8 billion in remittances. And before he went to Chatham House, there was also the UK Ghana Investment Forum. This forum was primarily targeted at Ghanaian businesses and Ghanaian professionals in the UK for see how much would then go able for help the Ghanaian economy for thrive and help develop their country. So what he do? He say indoor instruct the Attorney General and tell and say if I lay a bill na Parliament with a certificate of urgency for make them amend the Ghanaian constitution we go allow Ghanaians with a dual citizenship abroad for A, go na Parliament, represent the people, B, be appointed as ministers. Because he knows say Ghana certainly needs its diasporans for thrive. So this is not the kind of progressive, you know, leadership where we talk about.
We still struggle about getting you guys to vote.
Again, all of these things, Lama, they can't be made possible. Because you still get African countries there. We're going for that. Now, how you want to attract diasporans for you need to tie them to something. Make them feel say our voices are being heard, not just in certain offices, but we also participate in state governance. Senegal, since 1997, their diasporans, Mozambique and other countries, they vote abroad through their embassies.
Guinea the votes now.
Guinea we get the most expensive election ever. That if I was to travel now and then call election the next day, but I'm not for game money for fly back for can vote. For can register. How we want to make things so difficult, and then at the same time we still want more from our diaspora.
But how do you have the diaspora community? I can see if SLPP gets event, then go invite you now, go attend. If you get event, you go invite them. How do you converge on a common ground? Say this now we interest. There was a town hall. I don't know, I don't watch the full program, but I didn't had conversation. I know you read conversation. They say this now we position as diaspora. How do we get to vote in this election? How do we be represented in parliament? The common ground, how do they build that common ground on things and whether affect now, whether not APC, whether not SLPP?
So a part of which again, Lama, is politics. When we want to do the right thing as politicians, we get to solve the meet for serve that interest. We can't do other things we disagree. The last time I visited America, they invite me on an APC event as one of their keynote speakers. When I go there, our ambassador to the United States was also invited. And so too is the leadership of the SLPP North American branch. Then after the process, we talk, because we did at the high table. How we go begin for work together? Because if it's not SLPP, it's APC. Now then two main parties here, we can't run away from that.
Yeah.
Now we get for Sidon, first from a diaspora perspective, and say, how do we support these parties for ensure say we do the right thing? So I tell and say, we need from when we begin to talk. And this is a conversation where, yes, I run for office now, but if I get that opportunity of being elected, these are the conversation that we may want for begin to engage them in. Can we come together more with devise policies where each of them party there, does not matter who's in government, that's therefore able for adopt and look at and say, let it be a Sierra Leone first policy. Well, you get the American first, Ghana then get the Ghana reset. But for what we go able to do? Is there a way we can look, say, let's have a national agenda? Yes, government, but government, national policies here and there. But then policy, do they cut across political lines? Can we sit down, get all them party there for draft a national agenda? And when I say a national agenda, go through parliament. Let's say if it's a 15-year plan, let it be every 15 years for a review. So if they elect you for a two-term office, the next one, when they come in first term, it'll continue that agenda. That every political manifesto, every party manifesto, be tailored towards that national agenda. That way, your hands will be tied. As a government, that when you come in, you have no choice but to go by this national agenda.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we often quit.
Is there the will? You see the will for the diaspora community for converge, for able get them conversation there?
Well, we've got to start a conversation somewhere. And I believe, say, if we start the conversation, as I did now, I'll get a couple of appointments with people in government for make I begin that conversation, including the chairman of the SLPP. You know, for me, I also get,
somebody
yes, from the diaspora. And I also have an appointment for me and the foreign affairs minister, because these are the people where you want to begin to get them conversation and say, okay, listen, if we can meet at a funeral, we look at that national point, say, this is about Sierra Leone. Can we go a step beyond that? Can we start having conversation as to how we for depoliticize certain aspect of our national development? I agree earlier on, they talked to the people from the port. Now, is there something that can be done from a diaspora perspective? Yes, there's something that can be done. Expertise.
Yeah.
You know, we're able for sit down and talk about that. How in God's name, you as a business person, you go down, ship your goods where ideally it's supposed to take between 4 to 6 weeks, and then they take you several months. It's not good for investor confidence.
Yeah.
So all the kind of conversations there, we need to get at government level, national level. Let's have this conversation.
Let me talk about your aspiration, for the chairmanship. Why are you doing this? Why you want to lead the APC at that level?
So I feel say sometimes you cannot just sit by and say I am very comfortable where I am. I get a global platform. As I say, I'm a member of several professional bodies. I'm an associate research fellow at Chatham House. You want to use an opportunity where you get for say how you advance the conversation here for help you come to. And you cannot do that without politics. And you also need an authority, because if me begin for go talk to me counterpart na the SLPP, you won't forget an authority for say, listen, me na the diaspora rep. Now let us sit down, let us have this national conversation as to how we help Sierra Leone. I can go ordinarily, they will listen to me based on my personal interactions, respect and relationship, but it might not go further than that. But when you have that authority, the way the office brings, somebody will be compelled to sit and talk with you. Say, okay, if me go meet you now, you go say, okay, you know what? I will make an appointment with colleagues in government when we begin to get them conversational. Very recently, the government organized a civic conversation.
Town hall, yeah.
Now, UK. Right. On a normal day, you go expect say members in the opposition there should have been invited. Say, we they come. Can you guys bring your people? Let's have conversation. Ask the very tough questions to government. When we talk as to which kind of country we want. Listen, I'm assuming I'm a senior person at the APC party in the UK. We did not receive that invitation. All of this because other person go see and say, hey, now opposition people will bring the additional, now for can embarrass government. It is not always the case. Let us ask the very tough questions, and people in government should be seen willing to answering those questions without taking them personal, say, oh, you're slighting at me, or you hate me, government. It's not always the case. We just want the right thing to be done.
So where are you standing presently?
Standing presently, one thing I don't learn of politics, you know they underestimate your opponents. The last time I contested for chairmanship position at the UK, I lost by 3 votes because maybe I was too confident say I will win. I don't learn lesson. So this time I leave no stone unturned. Because for us, not the diaspora, we get a voice, not just a voice where they represent APC, but also a voice that represents Sierra Leone when the time comes. That's the voice that we need. Because outside of the 2 parties there's always going to be a Sierra Leone and diaspora, and we need to tap into that.
You think the APC party, they position itself as a formidable opposition leading to 2028? There are a lot of people who come out who want to lead the party for big flag there. You think you're playing that part?
Well, we are as it stands. Now, do we have challenges internally? Yes, there are. Because from where we start with ward elections, 4 or 5 months down the line, we're still not able to move forward. All of this because, in the words of we former chairman, Paminka, we say people with voting ambition. We they not feel say them for loss. So man just thinks say it has to be them. They not care which angle they go, but it should be them. So much that there's been a lot of petitions from here and there. But some of the petition, it'll go before
PPRC.
The PPRC and then the internal review mechanism body. Some might not even know why he petition. Simply because a certain flag bearer will think say, now this person here they support may have asked them to petition. So you go petition. All of these they cause unnecessary delays. Yes, we may have the numbers. Our people want a change in government, but we should also be seen as a serious opposition.
You think
we are serious. We are trying. This is where we all get for stand up now and say the party get for move on. We get for do the right thing. When we see say we identify the right people. Listen, when a government is in power or a party is in power, not everybody. But when you're in opposition, you need the right set of people who go able to convince the electorate for make the electoral. Now, very recently, there's been a change of leadership in the UK. This is because I am a member of the Labour Party. I mean, an executive member now, my constituency, na Peckham. Now, what here with though? We were asking Sir Keir Starmer for make a remain true to the Labour value. That the Labour Party is a people-centered party. So if you don't move way to the right, you want to appease the other people. The grassroots became very upset. Now, it make the last local election, it affected Labour, we then beat Labour bad. So what did they do? We raise internal protest, say, we want change. Inside that change now, begin the pile pressure. You see a mayor, city mayor from Manchester, resign in position, call and say, come for Camby, it just not winning by election. Now, the Prime Minister, the calls when so strong within, it no say it get for go. It don't announce it is step down. That is courage in leadership.
And but
because
that is it,
it puts in party forward.
but that is how people strengthen internal party, dynamics as well. People forget a voice within the party. You think within a party there are those voices that people could listen to?
There are voices, but there are also hardliners from all sets. Now you go see somebody go sit down with a hardliner and say, look, and you and I they talk so. You never even understand what thing happen. Just like the same way where I come out, they speak to His Excellency the President, say, make it allow in brother President Ernest Bai Koroma for come back, make them drop all charges against him. So man within we party, they say na you idepa. Other man ain't just believe say no more. We for constantly day on the path of division. So internally we get for the speak to ourselves as a party, say we can't live by this perpetually. We get for move on and let Sierra Leone thrive. Because only then, we go forget a country we're proud of.
Which kind of candidates, which type of candidates, or who are the APC for able, you think, say, for present in 2028 for be a formidable contender against whoever the SLPP go put up?
So firstly, make we understand we voting block. Not to just APC, they vote for APC. You also get independents who are the silent majority. They look for somebody who get a national appeal. They look for person where you don't know say this Maya where you can Sierra Leone has got to move forward. This person here, they carry extreme bitterness in they put Sierra Leone forward always. It has to be about Sierra Leone, Lama. Now, with all of the people that we stand so, everyone gets an equal opportunity. But there can only be one person. And that one person, we for able to identify him. Make it always say there are lots of young people. In fact, when we did in the parliament, a very good brother of mine, when I welcome through up the youth league, in colleague with all the contestants in up the talk. So we joined with the chats. Another flag bearer self-come. Now it is right now I think we 26 or 27. I think say we need Adams for come make the 28. That's no pa. Una way the under, una they under force. Make we help for steer the conversation as to how we party for go. We need for educate we people, tone down the extreme hate and rhetoric between we as a party, because the division is there. We firstly get for heal within ourselves. People and they way before now, we may have hurt them one way or another. Let us reach out. Let us extend an olive branch. May we heal the wounds within. And then I can say to the people who will contest, there's so many young people. Every one of them is equally competent. Can we form alliances? This is not about Udanami aspirant, Lama. This is about what is good for APC party and Sierra Leone. Can we form alliances as young people? Listen, you get your ambition, I have mine, so is the next person. But let us sit and have conversation and say, if Nalama are the best suited person right now for lead we, when we form alliances.
You see that happening?
I am hoping it will. Again, in the words of our late chairman, if people don't get voting ambition, it is possible for make it happen. We just get for tailor that ambition to what is good, A for Sierra Leone, B for APC. That will be the only way. Because mind you, this is not democracy. That talk about na 10 years thing, we after down, this next one not to go come, it will get for B. It's not written on paper. It's not set in stone. But if we not get to a house in order, the current government do it and get to do the elected, the international community will support them because they've been duly elected by the people. Until we get that force within APC, with the seriousness of coming back to governance, we have a challenge. So now it makes some of
how
we
do you
call
get
for
that
that.
force? You know, the APC gets a lot of things and we hang around that. You get the electoral justice, Dr. Samoa Kamara, we still there and still believe say there's something to pursue in the party for support. And like you say, you get a lot of people who don't come off for big flag bearer and the party, una party forgets una lower level elections, elect new executive and all that. You see that thing of Uda and Uda for come together, and how do you unite the party for be a formidable force for 2028?
So with Paminka Lugon, the onus is now on Ambassador Usman Fodi Ansane and the National Secretary General and the rest of the executive of the party. Let us begin to have frank conversations between us as members of the APC party. It is possible, as I said earlier on, people then they will feel aggrieved. We get to accept, say, it's their own position. When we reach out to them, people learn. These are APC members. On a given day, they will always be APC. Some phrases and the way I be expect for seeing at the funeral were APC members. They were not there. Dr. Samuel Kamara issued a statement of condolence. Where is he? He wasn't there. Is it because he feels aggrieved? I don't know. Can we have that conversation honestly and say, let us reach out, more make amends?
You think on a particular leadership today, the posture for...
No, well, again, we will advise. We will advise for say, but Dadina, you get this opportunity now for Lidwi. Let us start having this conversation. Yes, El Mango want for play hardball. As I say, they are hardliners from all angles. More we reach out to them people, whether it's the Dr. Samura, to his people and all that, say, pa, this year will be done. If you don't go, what you will need now, how you go come for can support this party for make we take power.
Okay.
How you go come for can work with we, the current executive. Outside not the common ground. And the common ground is APC coming back to power. Because you're better off with your party being in governance than with your party staying in opposition. So more we get then conversation there. And I believe say we need for talk very frankly to ourselves, Lama.
Finally, Adam, as we conclude this conversation, I want to go back to the role of the diaspora community in with governance and leadership. You know, whether it's APC or SLPP, most times you see a lot of Sierra Leonean diasporans where they come and get leadership position, whether in cabinet or other agencies and department them. You think with diaspora community, with all the knowledge or the exposure we want to get out there, don't help for contributing and changing this country?
It's a yes and a no question. Yes, we don't get diasporans. We don't contribute, whether at government level or at the private sector. I visited a friend. We don't left UK for over 10 years. We did do business now. Fantastic business. Get several businesses. Employed well over 35 people who work for different areas. That is a diaspora-led initiative. Because that money they come to government. We get people where they into the NGO sector. That's people where they help for develop this country. In Ghana, then gets the Ghana Homecoming event, where primarily every year is targeted towards diasporans. What thing they do, you identify them people there. You get a 1 week sort of event for them, where they go places to places, whether someone go come for can provide, whether if it's free lectures, whether it's within the healthcare sector, other areas, when people they come for can learn talents. That has helped Ghana for grow and develop. As I talked earlier on about from 2 billion to now 8 billion in remittances, but now that's a massive leap. In the Gambia, 30% of their GDP is led by diaspora remittances. So all of them things, and it takes, government willingness for reach out. Now, on the other side, has that been a case where diasporans don't fail? Yes, there has been a case. Because President Nkrumah had a very genuine intention when he created the office of the diaspora. That office before don't do so much more for help create that avenue for make the diaspora thrive. In Kenya, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Dr. Musalia, we the Secretary to the Cabinet, but he's also Secretary for Diaspora and Affairs. But if you see the policies that wouldn't put in place, and there's a reason for that, because you want to create that diaspora investor confidence, where people will genuinely come invest now, whether it's through state issues, diaspora bonds, say we want to raise money, but All of those opportunities are there. But people know can't invest in that if the policies are not tailored towards protecting those investments. So we get for look at regulatory frameworks and all that. All of them things, and it takes willingness from government for make we get them through. But if we're not able to get them through, we have a challenge.
You see the diaspora as, working as a formidable force ahead of 2028 because there is an amendment bill. We get spaces for that the diaspora community on things they wanna for get involved in. You think say una go work together, united, irrespective of una different political parties for pushing our agenda forward?
Well, I mean, as somebody way, I am hopeful. As I say, I get a couple of meetings with people in government and also the leadership of the SPP. The reason why we need for this, I am coming from a diaspora perspective. How will they begin for get them conversation there for help Sierra Leone and the diaspora? When time comes for do politics, we will talk politics. But when time comes for governance, let it be about governance. Let us hold the government accountable. They say put you money, say you monthly. Right? For some of us, everything about diaspora is Sierra Leone. It's Sierra Leone, bro. Because I get an intention, say, after retirement, well, I'm going to come back to my country.
Yeah.
I feel very comfortable. When I do so, I am very comfortable being home. That's the genuine truth. But over there, you are regulated by your clock. Well, by 4 o'clock, man don't grab. Therefore, members say they drive 45 minutes off motorway for go work. By the time they can, they spend 2 hours in the traffic for car. Yes, we get traffic issues here and there, but it's comforting because you're home. So that's not the kind of Sierra Leone way we really want. So we need to start having those conversations at leadership level and with honesty and sincerity, with one focus only, Sierra Leone. And then that way, as I say, I am a very hopeful person that we go able to sit down and begin to see how Sierra Leone will benefit from its diasporans. Not so we always know more for the go, we see other people how they do and the way it can't to we. It's as if like say it is never possible for make we do.
You hopeful say una go vote na the diaspora in this election?
Well, Lama, we will get those conversations. Again, it comes with responsibility. Let's start somewhere. We'll begin for first more we know what are the number of Sierra Leoneans that were there abroad. Right? I suppose we'll get well over 1 million of people. Now, how you want to do this? The government might say we do not have the resources. There comes the civic responsibility. As a Sierra Leonean in the UK, can we pay towards us having a voting right?
Is this something less expensive than flying?
Will be less expensive than flying? Because if I go for me tickets cost me close to £1,000 for Camp funeral, right? So if I get for use say £50 at the very least for make I get me voting right, we're not gonna make I get for fly in again, pay more for camp. I will have to do that willingly. We just need for educate with people and say this is your responsibility. That way, when diasporans also have a say in their governance structure, you tie them to whatever investment where you want to make them put in your country. Because they not say this me money. If them brother them mistake with this money, but I would vote them out.
You have a voice.
I have a voice.
Once then they will get a reserved seat for them diaspora community.
That's it. It's in Mozambique. Mozambique then get them. Then get 2 seats for diasporans. One in Africa and then one for the rest of the world. So all of them things there, it is tailored towards diaspora investment confidence, not in country.
Finally, Adams, what's going to be your message? What you going to say to us? Members of una party, you contest for this position as well. And as well, Sierra Leoneans in the diaspora. I know you get a very good relationship. You cut across. And for start this conversation, I think it's a conversation that is very important.
So, firstly, to members of we party, we will constitute with delegates in the diaspora. And we need to have serious conversation as to the sort of representation we get. From the angle of our party, we are the diaspora 6th region. Diaspora 6th region cleverly then creates a particular section when Article 31. We give it the rights, say we are the 6th region. But I then say with the town now with only 50. Now I get to us at delegate level. So you get we're a constituent of 24 countries. 24 countries where they travel in and out and all that, but only 15. Let us have representation where we party go be proud of, because we are first ambassadors of our party. You know, when we elect people, you know, for represent your party. Now, only international platform, simply because maybe some certain flag bearer or somebody somewhere thinks, oh, this person and I mean they support now that person, they know they support me. That means you're not thinking APC. Because you may likely be the next flag bearer, but if you get Tunede elected, well, you have a challenge for Ghana State House. Because it's one thing being elected at party level, but it's also another thing having the machinery we're going for convince the electorate for getting a State House. So that is where we are. Now make we they say, when we get the right people elected, from ward level up to national, when we get that one, then we don't set where we tell we go to convention, we will follow suit and get the right people elected. And at national level, it will have to be a Sierra Leone first policy. Let's have those frank conversation. But we can't, there's no two ways about it.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the crop of people, when the SLPP don't elect, they tell you, say, them people are not ready for go quick. Can we match that? Because when you talk of somebody for can articulate on opposition policies, and you have those people. And CD and his team, they've been doing fantastically well.
Okay.
But I understand he's not going again. Can we do that? Forget similarly, let's have people from all angles. Because when the party, after convention, they get for involve a turn at the diaspora. You want to make sure, say, there will be that diaspora representative. We get for knock on doors. We get for open international platform for you party, for me then go yeri una. And then international community will begin to think, say, these are serious people who wants to come to governance.
Okay.
Let's give them ears.
Okay.
Or if you not get that on the bra, I mean, it's business as usual.
Thank you so much, Adams Bangura. We wish you the very best, and hopefully we'll continue this conversation. I'm more interested on how, as well, the diaspora community they converge and get an interest. There was a time where I go US. I think it was before the 2018. The 2018 election or so, where C4C, where NGC been just a camp. And there was this all interest. And for the time I see a lot of Sierra Leoneans been getting interest in Salon politics because of the Kande Yumkela factor. And I was like, how do you use this that you know get for begin members say, if you travel, go register, travel, go vote back, you able vote. If not so every state in America say, but say like the DMV area also on plenty, so na able vote in that area there. Like the UK, like London, also on plenty, on able vote there. You know, hopefully we will continue that conversation. I don't see a lot of Sierra Leoneans in the diaspora were interested. We'll ever get opportunity for get and talk about that. But I think one side was very important for engage as well in parliament. Because when my members say diaspora can take me see it's a challenge. It's an important place for engage. So when they plan a meeting and I've reached out to Honorable Bash.
No, wait, definitely. I will be.
Yeah.
I will be. You know, in fact, even ask me for more we catch up.
Yeah.
I will be doing that for you know my brother Abdukagbo also for see how we go before advance, because both parties could benefit from this Lama. You they bring in best practices. Listen, nobody know one for loss in symbol, but you also want to make sure say where you get people in, where they go represent we in a parliament, more get the right mindset of people.
Yeah.
People will go even then at government. I have seen people in government challenge that. Honorable Tawa has been doing that. For say no, I said people are there. Me a deputy speaker, but this I need a supporter.
Yeah.
Let's have those
Sierra Leone
conversations.
first.
Let it be a Sierra Leone first. For say more we get them conversation there. More we get them kind of representation there in the parliament. But now that we need.
Yeah.
Now the only way Salon will be able to thrive.
Thank you so much, Adams, and thanks for joining us. We wish you the very best with your campaign and election, and hopefully we'll continue this conversation. Now they end the program this morning, but at the give the bell, you know, I don't know when he will come back. You need to ring the bell
finally
and give message to young people. You know, we all get this drug issue. We don't talk about and sometimes even on the diaspora. Can get blame. We don't get cases of people in the diaspora and the UK and other partner Europe where they send things how they use for make kush. You know, the bad name they go to every other Sierra Leonean. So I just want to use that day as somebody we influential in the diaspora and also na Salonia and also we na a politician for give a message to young people. Yeah. Brian is tema is a big bell.
I will come and say that. You for know.
Yeah.
So we young people we involved into drug or kush. And firstly, Lama say this on behalf of all of we in the diaspora. For say thank you and the rest of the other media houses will be lead that national conversation. Because otherwise we for done lost a generation. We will come after a generation of Sierra Leoneans. But that conversation bring about the urgency in the government. And we believe the government will continue to do more. To young people, I know there are challenges nationally. But Lama, you and I know how we come out. But if we begin to do drugs, smoke, drug kind of thing, we get every reason for do that.
Yeah.
We had friends who were involved into those, but we choose a different path in our life. Today, we don't say 100% too, but I think we are very comfortable with Tego thinking.
Yeah.
That's not the hope we want to give to young people. That life has its own challenges, but it don't mean say if a result to you doing drugs. Because the moment that drugs they don't do into your system, you finish. If somebody want to help yourself, you know they see anything of prospect in you. So we they say the one that self way they bring them kind of substance there. You they sell something to somebody where you don't picking where you born. You know what make it taken. This not somebody else in picking. We they ask for more government strengthen the law even more. Let there be serious measures as to them people and they went court. Because not only that, you were able to help the young generation. It's a tough battle because again, it's a cartel.
Yeah.
And when you fight a cartel, but I'm not to play fit.
No.
Then we use every means.
Yeah.
But when we look at the people where they suffer, we're not the young people. And these, we cannot be saying, oh, now the next generation of leaders, and they will know one for protect them.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Adam Spankura, for that message. Like you say, how big one then I stay, Nakisi, Brian Malin, Shell, and all. Yes, but you know, the community they all come out for you survive day, and you know, you're able to do something. It comes with discipline. It comes with support from people the way they look up to. And as well, community for able to raise people them up. And one good thing will happen with the Kush campaign, we will take now that community then take responsibility. People and still the way they do and people and know the benefits from and people and the way they hide. But at least community and take ownership. They run after people the way they sell drugs at the community. They expose them. People share information with me, I share with the police, and I want to commend the police and take action, then raid, then arrest, then charge people. People and they go court. So collectively, we all can play with parts. Because it don't make any sense for let somebody they sell drugs at your community, you keep on there. Because if you picking not take on today, you see time picking go take them. Tomorrow you picking get the chance for take them and it go affect you. Young people I tell people and there's this boy in Alomle, I try for me and my friends and try for help until we know able. Last time I passed by Funkia in Paddy then they tell me say he's dead. You know, he go rehab, he come out there, he go back. Rain season don't come. A lot of them they live under bridges where they see them. It's tough, you know. But on Friday is the commemoration of anti-drugs day or campaign against drugs. So don't forget a conversation on waiting the NDLEA they do so far for fight this dog. But thank you so much, Adams. I appreciate. You man will take me in London. I remember Nanette.
Yes.
Who's are gonna mingle?
We go mingles. We go.
So this other guy in place.
Francis. Yeah, that's Francis.
Yeah,
you know,
in restaurant.
That's right. Yeah.
They'll go to IB. Yes. They take me around London. We get a good time, you know. Thank you so much. Now they end the program. Many thanks to Una Viviers them. We don't do with you all this while. Thanks to my colleagues them, the technical and production team, and we guest them this morning. They continue the conversation tomorrow. 6:30 we can start early. But until we meet back. For God and country, serve your conscience, strive for do waiting right, avoid waiting wrong, be a law-abiding citizen, because this place, for make it better, we all get for play a part. If not that, we will continue for complain. And the opportunity we'll get now as young people for talk politics, talk about media, see the people that I get this morning from Port, they're young people. If we not change, then Gen Z, then they go left and give you know. So meet back, have a lovely day, and continue for stay with Stoots Media. Bye-bye.
Respect to all Massive and Quay. It's been a long time you've been away from home.
That's why me come back. The way me sing things, I go and me bring you these conscious reggae vibes. Jah be my guide, Rastafari.
Papa, you been tell we say, make we trust the process. But man, it is called the progress of the process. We are in suit and tie, and dirty character. Thief man, they all a thief now, this is them batter. I, Rasta man, me know Eric Cock and Bull, me represent blue, white and blue. That's what me have to do. You meet the water dirty, you know it make you settle, and then you jump beside.
This is Truth Radio, 103.9